All right. I think I'm unmuted. Yes. Mayong Magananu Maga, Mayonaga. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're at on this freaking incredible planet, incredible day. We got Wednesday, July 24th, 7 a.m., 80 degrees. I know it's been a long time since we've kind of heard that. Had to take, I watch a YouTube guy, Renaissance something or other. He's I don't know, he's kind of over the top, right? He's a bodybuilder, he's a sports scientist. And one of the videos that I watched that he put out talks about supplements that he recommended men take, and so I started taking a multivitamin. Right, I hadn't taken one in years, and as we all kind of know, the food here in the Philippines can be a little bit hit or miss. I assume you can hear me. But anyways, so one of his things was multivitamin. So I started taking a multivitamin, and then I think I got this from Geo actually. It's a probiotic. Anyways, yeah, probiotic. So you saw me swallowing those. But yes, good morning. No real agenda as usual. Kind of talk about what's going on. Obviously, there is a new bike, so we can talk about whatever. But yes. So man, so much to talk about, right? Like why I chose that bike. So kind of back up a little bit. I was looking between this 3 and 500 cc range because I do really feel like that's an ideal range for this environment. Any motorcyclist knows that, the motorcycles are really specialized. You really are looking for the right tool for the right job. And, Goldwing on a BDR, I've said that a bunch of times. You don't really want that. That's a nightmare situation. And people who don't really ride don't kind of understand that motorcycles are very specialized in kind of what they do. And I'm discovering in this particular environment that it's even more critical to kind of get the right bike to enjoy that experience. So I've really kind of been focusing on the 3 to 500 cc range, and thankfully the industry has just exploded, right? Motorcycle industry has exploded in that range. Royal Enfield's kind of leading off that charge in a lot of ways, honestly. They've got a bunch of bikes. They just came out with a 450 Gorilla, I think it's called. Really excited about that bike. But so anyways, I've been looking at bikes. Some other factors too, like availability, serviceability, and all that have been in my kind of decision. But I went ahead and trying to remember now, maybe 4 or 5 days ago, I bought the bike. I set up the wire transfer. The wire transfer takes 4 to 5 days, and it should go through this morning. So today should be a new bike day. I should be riding home with a bike. So really excited about that. And I'll make an entire video on kind of why I chose that bike. And I kind of went into a little bit, right? Just kind of the CC range is ideal. Really, 2-cylinder bike is the other thing I was looking for. I wanted a single cylinder, be a little bit jerky down low, right? Which kind of weeded out the CF Moto 450, kind of the jerky throttle, although that might be fixed in an update I'm hearing. But there were just a couple of things, a couple other bikes that I really eyed, CF Moto 450 being one, Himalayan 450 another. Honestly, I feel the Himalayan 450, I just sat on it like 2 days ago, and I'm like, oh, love that bike, man. And they're going to sell the crap out of that bike. So much more affordable, really good on the pavement, in the twisties. It's good. It's just, man, it is. It's a great bike. In some ways, I wish I would have kept that bike. But anyways, I've got the bike that I'm coming today. And, who knows? Maybe I think 2026 is the year to buy that Himalayan. But we'll see. But that's kind of all. There's a lot to talk about with the bikes and decisions and all of that. So, but we can go in whatever, in case people aren't super motorcycle, biased like I am, and some of you guys are. So yeah, the jealous of just the view. Hey, Bill. Yeah, it is beautiful. So that was taken out in Leyte, out in Mary Rose's region in Palampon, really just outside of. You know what? Let's pull up a map. Anytime I'm talking about a region, I like to just kind of show you on a map. So let's do that. Present, share screen, Google Maps. And again, I'm on a new laptop, so there might be some bugs and stuff like that. I'm also streaming with the Pocket 3, and that can be a little quirky sometimes where I drop video. So just kind of bear that in mind as we kind of go through. There has the potential to be some technical difficulties. All right, so Leyte, that video right here. I mean, just even you could see it on the map, right? Look how twisty and windy that road is, and it's actually really mountainous. Let's see if we can pull up terrain. Yeah, so you can see here too, right? It's just kind of all through the mountains. Just gorgeous, man. Gorgeous riding. I really, really, really love the riding through Southern Leyte. This coastal road through here is beautiful. Freaking Billy Ron. I mean, look at that, right? I've done some videos on Billy Ron in the past. I'll be going back and shooting some more. And, you know, my girlfriend, she lives here in Palawan, so lots of riding through Leyte, Samar. I mean, I'm going to be exploring. This will be my backyard. So and the thought around that is I'm going to go Friday. We're looking at a couple apartments, going to be stationed there part-time, and then here in Cebu. You know, I really feel I'll probably almost always have a base in Cebu, but I really see kind of flip-flopping between a couple places. And I'm telling you guys, it's super affordable, right? Like, so the places we're looking at out there in Palawan are like 5,000 pesos a month. So yeah, super affordable. Yes, what's up, man? Yeah, it is, but it isn't, right? I mean, if I'm really, really honest about it, I would rather have bought something that's maybe a slightly more off-road capable, but that's all right. That's all right. I feel like it is the perfect bike for the kind of riding that I'm doing right now. It solves a lot of the problems that I am currently having. So yeah, I'm excited for it, but it's not quite the unicorn, but it's all right. It's actually far from the unicorn, but the type of riding that I'm going to be doing, which is all street touring around the Philippines, it is perfect for that. It is perfect for that. So I'm excited too. I can't wait. I'll ride up to Luzon. I'll ride up there, man. We'll see it. We'll see you soon. Too much rain, no golf. Yeah. Couple of low pressures, right? A couple of systems that are bouncing around. Let's see if, you know, I think I've talked about this before. I really like to use the app called Windy. Let's see if that'll get me in there. Yeah. So we've had a couple of low pressure spinning around, although let's see, wind. Yeah, it's a big old guy up to the north now, right? Look at that, man, just a beast. So, you know, kind of while we're on this topic, and shout out to Ron from Amazing Philippines. He's the one who really introduced me to this app and this website. I've actually had the premium service, but I'm not kind of logged into it up here. But anyways, we really want to keep our eye off to this eastern section here this time of year. Well, really all times of year, but keep our eye out for storms that are rolling in because, you know, as you can see, these types of storms, there's nothing to kind of mess with here. You know, especially for us, we're just, you know, we're tourists here. We're freaking, some of us are in an Airbnb, you know, just these are storms you want to get out of the path of. And it's always a good idea to have a plan around that. And you know, and my plan is to really head down south, pull up the map here, just go down to Davao City, just freaking cheap flight, get down to Davao, whatever, spend a month if I have to, and then get out. That's if the storm is coming in my way. But right now, actually here, you know, it's overcast, but it's not too bad. And, you know, I'm down here in the Cebu City region. So anyways, yeah, lots going on weather-wise, right? Lots going on. Let's see it. Well, I don't have it yet. I actually should be picking it up today. The wire transfer should go through today, and once that goes through, they have got some things to do on the bike. I kind of prepped them already yesterday. I was by there. I was showing a buddy a couple of bikes he's interested in buying too. So, but anyways, yeah, I went over there yesterday, kind of prepped them, saying, hey, look, I'm going to pick up the bike when it's ready, when I can. So hopefully they got everything going, and they give you a day pass. So when you buy the bike, you could leave it at the dealership till the registration goes through, which can take anywhere from, you know, 2 weeks to 2 months. Or they give you a day pass and you can take it home. Well, crap, I'm going to take it home, right? So I'm actually I'll shoot a video on it when I'm riding it home. I'm going to take it up to a place and get some graphene coating done on it. So anyways, I'll probably pick that up. If they have it ready today, I'll probably pick it up first thing Thursday morning so I could have a day pass all day to ride it around and shoot and all that stuff. So video coming for sure, man. I'm really excited. What do you plan on doing in Bangkok? What other cities in Thailand are you visiting? Great question, Ryan. And so I'd met some gentlemen over the weekend, and just great guys, man. Shout out to you two, Dan and Kevin. Just great guys. I'm really excited. Dan's just a rock star, man, traveling all over Southeast Asia. And Kevin too, man. The guy has got a freaking 38-foot catamaran. And I'm excited to get connected with him and do some of these tours that way in the Philippines. So my understanding is he's kind of looking for a little bit of a sailing buddy. So, man, cheers to that, right? And just good dudes. So, but anyways, Dan brought up he's going to be in Bangkok. And so he brought up, hey, we're just kind of talking, hey, let's go to Bangkok. I don't know if it's going to happen simply because, too, I've been here a year and a half now. So I need to do an exit clearance. And that exit clearance can take a couple weeks. So you do it ahead of time. You have your flight. Now you can do it upon arrival at Manila. I don't know if you could do it here in Cebu, but you could do it on the airport on arrival. But it takes hours and you might miss your flight if you have any problems or hiccups. So I'm just opting to go have JRC. They charge 3,500 pesos to provide for the service, and they need at least 2 weeks. So I don't know if I'm going to go or not, because there is a little bit of a timing around the new bike and all that. But we had, we had talked about it, and everyone was really excited about going. So, but we'll see whether or not it happens. But the original plan was to just really do a long weekend and spend most of the time in Bangkok. They talked about going to, what's that, Pattaya or whatever. But I'm not sure if that's appropriate for me right now, given my relationship status. So, that's not quite my vibe. But definitely Bangkok, getting out and checking that stuff out is my vibe. And Bangkok was a city originally I was looking to move to. Bangkok and Chiang Mai. And so I am still very much interested in checking those out, Ryan. Is that what you just, yeah. Party can start. Yes, let's start this party. I know I'm kind of rambling on quite a bit about stuff, but yeah, it's really a lot going on. Pretty exciting times. And, when I get the bike, plan on driving all over, and that really is kind of the big problem that this solves for me. Is I can hop on that bike and go, man. I mean, although one of the things to consider when you're looking at a bike, I mean, it's not like here in the Philippines you can ride for, 6 hours. You really can't, man. You ride for 3 and you're going to hit the end of the island. You know what I mean? So, or you ride for an hour and a half and you're on the other side of the island. So, there is this little bit of a thing. Do you really need a bike that you can ride 6 hours in? But a pavement cruncher, something I can sit in, something I can stand up in to stretch out my legs while I'm riding is super key. Although I kind of understand the standing riding position on that bike isn't the greatest, but at least it would allow me to get up and kind of stretch my legs while I'm riding. So yeah, really, really super excited about getting this bike. And I'm looking at the accessories now, kind of what I want to do. A little bit of challenges kind of getting that kind of stuff here. The aftermarket isn't, for one, the aftermarket's not quite there. And two, it's just a challenge to get that stuff. It's not like it's Amazon. There's Amazon here, but you can't get everything and anything. If I wanted to order directly from Givi, I can't do that. So there's a little bit of a challenge kind of getting the accessories that I want for the bike. I could do Honda OEM stuff, but it's super expensive to get the saddlebags and stuff. I am going to order the center stand as well as the outlet, but they told me it can take 3 months to get those parts. So a little bit of a challenge. What's up, man? Yes, good morning. Mayong buntag. Hey, Chris. Yes, take vitamins. Good morning, Chris, the Philippines, but here in the US, 4 p.m. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, like I said, I've been really kind of, the whole reason why I moved out to the Philippines was just kind of focus on health, well-being, and fitness. So that's kind of what I'm up to. And granted, I'm not fanatical about it. Like I'll go, Mary Rose and I will go have Jollibee Sundays. But, I try to do the easy stuff to take care of myself, right? Exercise, swimming, running, multivitamin. I do a creatine supplement. So I'm trying, man. I'm trying. It's not as easy when we were in our 30s and even my 40s, really. I didn't start to have challenges keeping weight on or off until really got in my late 40s, early 50s is when I kind of started having a problem with it. But yeah, is there any talk in the Philippines about? Yeah, I did hear a little bit about that, Ryan. I actually heard about it right away when it happened. I'm trying to remember where it popped up. I'm pretty active on Facebook with a community group and things like that. So I think it may have popped there. I understand it may have nicked his ear on that. But yeah, I did hear about it, but not a lot of talk. There were some mumblings around it. I'll be honest, the circle of guys that I kind of run with, we were kind of similar in the mindset where we don't really kind of go into that stuff. A lot of us moved here I particularly moved to kind of escape and run away from a lot of that kind of just chaos and craziness. So it's nothing that I'm actively participating in conversations. So I did hear some guys yesterday were kind of talking a little bit about it, but yeah, for the most part, no, it's not something that I'm like fully kind of aware of. Although, like I said, I heard whisperings of it. I also heard that, kind of Biden dropped out. So, you know, like I said too, I don't want to. Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I stay away from it. I'm glad I'm removed. I mean, I felt bad for the guy. I mean, I felt like, both candidates really. I feel like we've talked about this in some lives. I just don't feel like we're up to good stuff with our presidency and who we're putting up into office. And I haven't felt like there's a candidate that really speaks to me in my entire lifetime. I don't think there's ever been one. I value a lot on character, integrity, those types of things. And yeah, I just think we're in the wrong direction. But I don't wish harm for anyone, that's for sure. And I wish people, health and happiness and sanity, which isn't what we have, right? All right. I like the inline fours a lot. The previous model had a 550cc inline four Yamaha that was ultra smooth. Smurf, that was kind of one of the reasons why I wanted 2 cylinders in a bike. The 450 CF Moto 450 is a 2-cylinder bike, 280 degree crank. Honestly, that engine is amazing. I really would love to have that engine. However, there's some other aspects on that bike to me that make it a no deal for now. One being brand reliability. Also, two, there is not, maybe there is one CF Moto dealership in the entire Philippines, right? So getting parts, aftermarket, all that stuff is just something I don't want to deal with right now. But I'm with you. So the other option, if you're looking at 2-cylinder bikes below 500cc, is the bike I bought, right? There's not a lot of options there. Everything else is single cylinder. So I'm looking for that smooth ride, that kind of deal. So yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. I fixed my throttle issue on the CF Moto by adjusting the cables. Yeah, on the NK, right. I've heard a little bit about that, but you have the naked bike, maybe it's the same with the MT, but with the NK, yeah, maybe it is, right? I thought it was a firmware update of some sort. Yeah, I'm not sure. And then, where you're at, you've got a dealership right there. Supposedly there's one here in Cebu City. I actually went there. It's kind of one of those things where they sell a bunch of different bikes. They did have one CF Moto bike, and it was the 800, I believe it was, the MT, the bigger, and that was it. They didn't have anything else. In the past 4 days, we've reached 15 inches of rain. Yeah, yes, lucky my house. Yeah. See, that is one of the interesting things that Rod also pointed out in one of his videos. It showed about the annual rainfall. Luzon, let's go back to the map, right? This region of Luzon up here, this island of Luzon, let's just go to the map. So this area, right, all through here gets so much more rainfall, right? Luzon, so the storms, kind of like when you think about the United States, right? You've got that, let's just go out and look. You've got this path where storms kind of come in. They come in and rip right up through, and they either hit the Florida coast and right up, or they kind of thread this needle and come through and hit New Orleans, Louisiana, this panhandle area, right? Similar deal with the Philippines. It's very similar. You've got storms that come in, and they rip right up and go up this course, or they'll probably shoot across. But most of them shoot right up this coast. So that's why this whole region gets so much more rain, just like this current storm, right? When you look at the current storm, it's exactly what it's doing. It started off down here, and it's ran up north. I don't think it's going to show it because this is past, but it's exactly what so it's kind of like hitting through Taiwan. But that's kind of what happens with the storms and the path they take. So this time of year can be a little bit dicey. Like I said, it's always good to have our kind of eye in the sky and looking in that direction. But yeah, a lot more rain where you're at up in there versus here in southern. We still get rain, and it's really noticeably now as everything's kind of greened up. It's really lush and green out. And, you get the afternoon showers, but hardly ever you get the all-day rain. Yeah, not very often. We've had a couple of days where there's been some rain, as there was kind of right before there was a low pressure that did go right through us. It wasn't, I don't think it ever reached tropical storm level, but it was a low pressure that ripped through. My wife saw you at IT Park a few weeks ago. Yeah, nice seeing you. Yeah, yeah. Mary Rose and healthy, great vitamins. We drink all those too. Someone recommend, yeah, someone recommend using zinc. Zinc and vitamin D are ones that I might kind of look a little bit explore. But yeah, no worries, man. And say hi. Like I said, I love meeting new people. I love chatting with folks. So, come up and say hi anytime you see me out and about. Not a problem. Usually just kind of chilling, going for a coffee or going for a meal, whatever. So yeah, no problem at all. Apartment for 85 a month, 5,000. I'm doing the math correctly. Wow, that is reasonable. Yes. Let's pull that up, right? Let's take a look. Let's do yeah. Let's convert dollars pesos. So if you look at, so one of the places we're looking at is like 5,000 pesos, $85.50. Yeah. And honestly, if we just do a room in the boarding house, it's going to be 3,000 pesos, $50. Now look, this is super, that's super cheap. And I don't know if you want, and I'll do some videos on it, right? Basically, it would just be a room to crash in. You'd have like a public kitchen area where a communal kitchen where you all cook in. You'd have like 2 communal bathrooms and that kind of stuff. But really what I'm looking for is just a place I can crash for 3 or 4 nights, maybe a week, and then come back. I'm really just kind of splitting my time. I don't want to carry, the rent here is a little bit high, right? Where I'm at now, it's a freaking Beverly Hills. So what I want to do is cut my rent in half here in Cebu City and then get a nicer place, let's say around 10,000 pesos, 15,000 pesos, maybe a house that time. So my lease is up here in February. So the plan is between now and February is to just really get a cheap place over there. Get something I can crash, stay a week, maybe 2 weeks a month over there in Palampon, and then, kind of split my time. Also with this new bike, I'm going to be traveling around. So I don't want to be paying rent on 2 places and not staying in either one of them, right? So I am looking for something really cheap. Is that something I'd want to live in long term? Absolutely not. But it was something that would work for a week or so? Absolutely, right? So that's kind of the strategy around that and why I'm looking at that kind of price range. Yes. Yeah, sometimes these comments kind of double up, which I think is wild. Interesting. Hey, man, great to see a new toy. Yes. I'm back in Negros September and looking forward to getting back to Don Salvador Bennett. Yeah, let's go riding. I'm really excited about doing some stuff in Negros. A lot of people have talked about the riding there. I was considering going there like pretty soon, just because I think the timing is well to kind of go over there. I'm not sure when I'm going to get over to Negros, honestly, but I do want to get out there and ride. What I might do, Troy, is try to do, I think there's what's called the Negros Loop. There's a big community ride, so I might hook up with some guys here in a local riding community and ride it with whatever 100 or so riders that do that ride. I think they do it annually. But yeah, I'm excited to ride Negros for sure. Are you going to be vlogging some places you'll be visiting in Bangkok? We're jealous. Love traveling there too. Tons of street food. Yes. Yeah, it's, I plan on vlogging everywhere. I do. If I travel to Vietnam or wherever, I'm going to vlog it. And yeah, I'll shoot all that Bangkok. I'm excited, man. I hope it works out. I'm still, I haven't heard back from one of the gentlemen to see if he's still wants to go. But I'm kind of making moves just because since my daughter canceled my debit card, I have to be I got to be a week in advance as far as my money and cash and stuff. So I'm kind of making preparations for that now. Did a long ride on Saturday. It said the trip would be home in 4 hours. It took me an hour and 15 minutes. Slice and dice traffic, man. Yeah, good for you. What a fun. I miss naked bike riding. I love naked bike riding. Man, my 790 Duke by far was my most favorite bike so far. That bike here, especially where I live, is just, there's no way. I couldn't get out of first gear. But fun. I hear you, man. Naked bikes are amazing. And all day, I was so comfortable on that bike. Dude, I could ride all day. I did ride all day. I would get up in the morning. I lived in Colorado, right? In Denver, right on the base of the Rockies. I would get up at like freaking 6, 7 in the morning. I'd go ride all day in the mountains in the summertime, all day. I'd get off work to like, even after work, I worked in Boulder, Colorado, right in the foothills. I'd get off work at like whatever, 4:30 in the afternoon, and then I'd go ride for 4 hours. It just, dude, that bike was so comfortable. I miss the riding up there. Miss it, miss it, miss it. It was a good time. All right, yes, both my boys exercise. Yeah, man. It's important, right? And the people that are around me are kind of into that as well. Like Mary Rose now is really kind of getting into the health and fitness and that kind of way of thinking. All the guys that I hang out with are kind of moving that direction. One of the guys yesterday was like, "Oh, I need to go on a diet and start exercising." So yeah, man, it's important for us, especially as we have the time to do it out here. We really do. Get a strategy. Before you come out. Someone was commenting on this yesterday in my community group, and I mentioned this. Like, before you come out here, if you're looking to move out here, have a strategy, right? Like, what are you going to do in your day? And I invite you to have one of those things, have a primary focus be around your health and fitness, right? You've got time here, go to the gym, go swimming, go start whatever, bicycling or whatever you're at. I mean, bicycling here in the city, if you're in Cebu, would be rough, but you get my point, right? Like have a plan around that or whatever, but have a plan in general. Like, one of the guys, shout out to you, Jack and Sheila, but Jack, he wants to write a book. He's writing novels, right? So, just really, I invite you to, before you come out, really have a plan, a detailed strategy. Like, all right, what am I going to do with my day? Like, what's my plan? And have a piece of that be around health and fitness if you're able. I think both can. Yeah, we're joking. Sit down. I'm not American. I'm not Republican or not, so I don't really care either way. Dude, it's crazy, brother. Like I said, I and I don't. You guys know me. I don't want to get super political because it's a no-win conversation, right? It just really isn't. But I don't think I've ever had a candidate that really kind of speaks to me that I was just like, yeah, man, I'm behind what this guy's after. I'm behind what they're up to. I believe in their character and integrity as a human being. I've never had that, right? Gosh, one election, I was like, which candidate's least likely to go to jail, right? It's just like, man, it's just such an embarrassment, just wow. Anyways, brother. Yeah, now that Thailand is at a 5, yes, I've heard about this. Yeah, 5-year destination. I'm considering that instead of going to the Philippines. I understand the problem with Thailand. So the unique situation that you have in Philippines is you've got an English-speaking environment, dude, and I'm telling you, it's massive. That is so key. It is so key. You could walk into a restaurant, you could read the menu, you can see the signs. It all makes sense to you, right? That is a big thing that Philippines really has over maybe even any other place in the world as far as us traveling to retirement destinations and things like that. And secondly, well, there's a couple things here. Secondly, you've got a friendly, locals who are nice. They like us. They like Americans. They like Westerners. They're interested in our culture. They embrace our culture. Not even interested. They embrace it, right? So you're walking into an English-speaking friendly environment. That's also beautiful. In Thailand, you've got tourism, you've got better infrastructure, but you don't necessarily have English speaking, depending on where you're at, and you don't really have the friendliest of people. Not that they're not friendly, but you're always a farang. You're not really included. They really don't respect us other than for our money, So yeah, a little bit of a challenge. If anything, for me, honestly, Vietnam would be a destination I'd rather go to than Thailand. I mean, I want to go to Thailand to visit, but to live now, I don't necessarily think it would be a good option. I don't know how to drive a motor, but I'm listening. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, and look, motorcycling is a big passion of mine. I am developing. I do a lot of motor vlogs and stuff like that, and it's really a channel about living in the Philippines with an aspect of motorcycling that's in that. Motorcycling, health, dating, honestly, is another aspect of this channel, but it's not all about that. It's really about life in the Philippines. I meet families all the time. Shout out to you, James, and your family. I just met him, his wife, his 2 kids. They're out here. So given the fact that I'm kind of, PG-13 in a lot of ways, yeah, no worries. You don't have to be a big motorhead like me and some of the other guys here to be a part of the conversation for sure. Yeah, I know you probably answered this already, but what are you planning to do with the old bike? I didn't answer this, and it's a great question. And honestly, I don't know. Um, I love that bike, man. I love that bike. The Royal, I honestly, I love the Royal Enfield brand. I mean, to me, they kind of remind me of Apple when Jobs was around. That early 2000s or so when they just came out with the iPhone and they were just so innovative and it's like, wow, this is really, really cool stuff, right? Like I remember was an IT guy for a law firm and like, dude, overnight, we freaking went from a BlackBerry shop to an iPhone shop because of what Apple was really doing. I see that with Royal Enfield. They're just, man, they're innovative, they're exciting, they're really connecting their products, I feel, with the customers. They're doing these really cool videos and intros with their stuff. I'm just a huge fan. So I love the bike. I love the brand. I'll probably keep it. And if your guys want to show up and they want to go for a ride, we can go riding around kind of stuff. But I'm also considering selling it. It just depends on the need. If I can get some, possibly renting out, although I got some questions regarding the legality of that, right? So I want to be careful. But, maybe I rent it out and, we go for guys who are just here on a tour and we go ride Lette for a week, right? So that's the thing I'm thinking about doing with it. But yeah, no, for now I'm going to keep it, but I'm not sure. One of my concerns around selling it is even could I sell it here? It's a little bit expensive bike. I can't remember what I paid for it, but so yeah, I'm undecided yet. But great question. I appreciate that. Just a little info on the flights to Cebu from Florida have dropped big time. Mike, yeah, shout out to you, brother. Hope you're good. Yeah, I've heard some guys are getting some really good deals. I'm actually going to be booking my trip back to the United States. If I'm going to be going back in May, my daughter's high school graduation. So the plan is to fly out there around then, spend some time with her, and then actually we'll fly her back. So she's going to spend some time out here. But yeah, Mike, I'm hearing the same thing. Boulder. Did I know John? I don't know John. Nah, I didn't. I worked for a law firm out there in Boulder, Pollen and Hart, big firm. They had an office out there in Boulder. But yeah, I lived in Boulder. I didn't. Yeah, I did live in Boulder for a little bit, but I was in Broomfield area, which is just outside of Boulder. I had a house in Aurora. So I'd been around all of Colorado really since the late 90s. I've been throughout that region, Boulder, Broomfield, Aurora. I've been out in Aurora, though, for like 15 years, roughly, I think. Yeah, the same. I live below Tagate, so I ride a lot there. Bought bike in March, already have 5,000 kilometers. No miles this week, though. Still raining out. Yeah. Yeah, I put on a lot of bikes recently or a lot of kilometers on mine. I've got 7,000 kilometers on my bike now, and I just love it. I can't wait. I can't wait to crunch some miles on my new bike. Really excited. Flights leaving on Monday are cheaper than the rest of the days. 700 something. Whoa, Mike, that's cheap. I think I paid around 1,500 for my one-way ticket from. So I had separate flights because it was cheaper for me to get a separate flight from Denver to LA. Is it LA or San Francisco? Crap, I can't remember. Either way, Denver to California, and then California to Taipei, and then Taipei to Cebu. So yeah, wow, that's cheap, Mike. Oh, brother, that's great, man. Oh, I love it. Pork and beans. Pork and bacon for everyone. Is singing karaoke considered an exercise in the Philippines, especially when holding the mic in one hand and the red horse in the other? Oh, dude, that's hilarious. Yeah, good for you, man. That's funny. The 5-year time visa is for digital nomads, I believe. Yeah, so be a YouTuber. Yeah, I think a guy did a recent video on that. What's his name? Crap, I can't remember. He had a couple of channels. Really good guy. I think his name's Alex. Anyways, he did some stuff on that too. But supposedly you could, yeah, his suggestion on that was like create a Fiverr account, and then you could be an online worker, whatever. You can be a consultant or whatever, even if you don't really have any customers or clients or that kind of deal. But or YouTube, yeah, for sure. Yep. Yeah, yeah. By the way, Mr. Shiny Head, I haven't seen you fish yet. Mike, I'm glad you brought that up. I was talking to Kevin, the guy I met over the weekend who owns that catamaran. We talked a little bit about the fishing. I said, look, I got some guys who are big fishermen and they're asking about the fishing. He says, Chris, He said the problem is this region, this area is pretty much fished out. He said he did get out a little bit in the ocean a little bit, and there's lots of fishing, but the type of fishing that you do, you're going to want a boat is kind of what I'm getting. So I thought about you, and I was asking about that. But yeah, no fishing yet, man. Although to me, just sitting around having a pole in my hand and fishing is the way to do it. I'll miss beer at that point. I'll definitely would want to, San Miguel Light at that point would be. But oh well, man. Yeah, what's up, brother? How's it going? Good morning. Yeah. Nomads, yes, but also open to wanting to study. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Muay Thai, cooking, etc. So there might be a few loopholes. That's right. I do hope, because I can't remember who I was talking about this the other day, but it is one of my concerns about being here, right? In the back of my head, there is this concern of getting deported, right? And getting kicked out, and you go freaking month to month and all that kind of stuff. And look, I'm a freaking, I don't drink, I don't do anything crazy, right? And, if I have that kind of irrational fear kind of deal, but it'd be nice to get something long-term, right? That's my point in all this. It'd be nice to get like a long-term visa, that kind of deal where we just, not, yeah. Anyways, it does a little bit, the visa situation, while it's easy and you can be here for 3 years, it doesn't kind of leave you, for me anyways, it doesn't really leave me with a sense of like security and all that kind of stuff. It'd be nice to have something a little more long-term where I can be, instead of like a month-to-month plan, you know what I mean? Just, I feel like here, it's like, any month kind of deal that, am I going to get, yeah, it's just kind of be nice if they had something a little more long-term here. They do have that retirement visa. I'm just not a big fan of sticking $25K in a bank somewhere, earning no money. And yeah, you could do it with a property too, but I'm also not really interested in buying a condo. So, so the current situation doesn't really work for me with long-term visas here in the Philippines. Yes, I'm with you. The English speaking in the Philippines is my ticket. But now that I'm here, it's a gateway, right? The Philippines can be a gateway to a lot of other areas. Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, right? So it could be your gateway to launch, and then, check out some other areas for sure. Yep. No plans on getting a car. No, I don't. Especially here in Cebu, I feel like a car is more than a hindrance than it's a help. I don't really feel like it's a good, the traffic here, man. I don't even want to ride my motorcycle, let alone a car. It's congested. It's bumper to bumper, and I would want a car if I was out in Leyte, sure, for the rainy days and stuff like that. I want a car outside the city potentially, but I enjoy motorcycling. I love motorcycling. I love getting out on the road, riding twisties, having the wind in my hair, right? In my eyebrows. I love that. I absolutely love motorcycling. It's hard to describe, but I feel like it's like in a car, you don't even feel like, it's like you're in your house, right? You're not even really outside, fully experiencing everything that's around you. I feel like, I'm just traveling down the road in a house. When I'm in a motorcycle, I really feel like I'm really connected with everything that's going on around me, the air, the sounds, just the temperature, just everything. And I look around, I have uninterrupted view of my environment. It's if you don't ride, I invite you to take a look and try it out. Just, here in the Philippines, you get out in the country, ride around. It is very simple. It's very easy, out of the city and the province areas to kind of get out and experiment with that. I just love it. I wanted to get back into working out and eating healthy. Currently in a coffee shop in CDO, drinking Americano, eating chocolate brownie. Kurt, I'm with you, dude. I'm with you. I'll go up to freaking Jollibee and get myself a chocolate sundae 3 days a week, man. But, I run, I swim, I exercise, I work out. I have fun, man. I have fun in every way. So I'm with you, dude. I'm with you. I would love to live in Vietnam, but as a Canadian, the visa situation is not the best. Philippines is still best overall visa. I understand. My understanding of Vietnam right now is I think you can get 3 months. But yeah, it's changed a lot since about the past year. I know August of last year they did some changing. So hopefully, people say that Thailand usually kind of sets the stage for this whole region. So if Thailand develop some of these other visas, typically this region kind of follows suit in a lot of ways. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah. I bought tickets several weeks ago, but from New England to Cebu for just under $600 one way. Wow. That is so cheap, man. I need to book my flights. That is so cheap. Yeah, that's a freaking steal. You know what? I should book my stuff now. Yeah, the problem with Thai 5-year might be that it's only 180 days at a time. You got to leave every 6 months. I know some guys. I mean, that I could see. You know, if I had a big budget, right, where I could have places all over. I mean, I could. Well, I just wouldn't go there enough. Not now, anyway. I don't know. Maybe this trip to Bangkok changes my mind. I just feel like I haven't even scratched the surface of things I want to see here in the Philippines. Like, there's so many places. We talked about going to Negros. I want to go right up to Luzon. I want to ride Mindanao. I mean, I feel like there's so much more, and that's just the big islands, let alone the small ones that I want to try to get out to. Ever since meeting Kevin, the guy with the catamaran, now my wheels are spinning around. Wow, wouldn't it be cool to have a catamaran to kind of explore these islands? And I started looking at prices of those. Man, they start at like 300,000. It's just ridiculous. But yeah. Just there's a lot to see and do. Monday prices the rest of the week. Okay, compare Monday prices. Okay, are you limiting your destinations within the Visayas? Are you looking to go into other places like Siargao and Bukidnon? Where the heck is that at? Buki. No, you know what? I want to look where that's at real quick. Hold on. I'm not limiting my places to the Visayas. A little bit. I want to get down to Mindanao. Biko. The hell was that? 1 second. Oh, Bukid. Bukid. Where the hell is Bukidnon? Yes, definitely I want to get down to Mindanao, without a doubt. Yeah, I want to get down to Mindanao for sure. That's going to probably be pretty soon. So what I suspect will happen is I'll do more stuff in Leyte and Samar. That'll be the first, just because I'm going to be living there. And then I'll work my way down into Mindanao and do a lot of Mindanao. And then I'll probably get into Negros and do some Negros stuff. So that might take me through, the next year. Honestly, just that. Yeah. And then, that can all change. But that's kind of what I see, right? And then work my way up to Luzon, or maybe do a trip up to Luzon in, the next year or so. But that's kind of what I'm looking for. Definitely Mindanao for sure. Yeah, Siargao. So what I envision, let's pull up the map. Here's kind of what I'm looking to do is I'll be living here in Palampon Leyte, and I'll be doing some trips all throughout this region, obviously a lot, but I want to work my way down through here pretty quick. I've spent some time in Liliwan, just gorgeous down through here, but I want to ride down through here, and then boom, you're right into Siargao City, a quick ferry ride over, and I'm into Mindanao. So yeah, definitely plan on doing a lot of that region. And then, yeah, probably after that, who knows? Maybe, a natural, let's go back to the map here real quick. A natural progression could also be, as I'm here in Palampon, is work my way up through Luzon this way. Man, what a ride that would be, right? Come up through this way, all the way through Batangas, all the way up to Manila. That might be fun too. That might be something I'd want to do. But yeah, no, I'm excited. And this bike really opens that up. It opens up that type of stuff with it. The Royal Enfield, the Hunter 350, the current bike that I'm on, I can't do that on that. There's no freaking way. I mean, yeah, maybe, but it just after an hour and a half of riding, the riding position for me is cramped where I got to get off. And then I can stretch and take a break, right? But then I've got like another 45 minutes and then I got to get off again. So I'm not able to really do kind of longer trips, and nor do I really have the luggage options. So the current bike is going to fix luggage, although that's going to take a little bit to get fully fixed, just because of the getting things here. But it's going to fix my ability to be in the saddle for multiple hours for sure. I'm curious about your height and seat consideration on the NX500. I'm 6'2" and leaning towards the CF Moto 450. It's a higher seat option. Yeah, I think it might be a little bit taller. I got on the NX 500. Yeah, it was comfortable. I don't think I could flat foot it. Maybe once I sit on it and it compresses a little bit, I can flat foot. But yeah, somebody else was talking about how it might be a little bit cramped. But I don't know. I mean, it's a full-size bike. I'm definitely cramped on the Hunter 350, dude. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I don't think I'll be cramped at all on the NX 500. And I could stand up, right, a little bit on that bike. I could stand up. I stand up on the Hunter 350, so I could definitely stand up on the NX. But the CF Moto is a phenomenal machine, and that engine, man, that engine is probably the best in all this class. The engine, the sound, it just sounds great. However, some concerns I have about the CF Moto 450 is its light front end is what I hear. So it's really not good on the street. Like, it doesn't feel nimble and agile like when you're going into corners and stuff. And I want a bike that is really freaking fun in the corners. But there's no denying the sound of that engine. That engine is just freaking rock star, and the technology that goes with it. But yeah, 2-cylinder, 280-degree crank on that CF Moto 450. Dude, telling you, it looks like a good bike. Honestly, though, if I was looking for a more dirt-capable bike, I would go with the Himalayan 450. That, too, has got some quirkiness, right, with a weird side stand. And I sat on that bike yesterday. I freaking love that bike, man. I loved that bike. For the value of the money that you get, honestly, I feel, next year, maybe 2026, and they work out a little bit of the kinks with the Himalayan 450, that bike is just amazing. And not that the CF Moto is not either. The other thing we talked about too with dealership availability is just, dude, Kurt, it's not here. It's not here unless you're in the Manila area. If you're there, yeah. But if you're anywhere else, no, man. Yeah, a little bit of a challenge. Yeah, greetings from Sugar. Yeah, hey, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Yes, thank you. Hex, what's up, man? Hey, thanks for doing the call, man. That was really cool getting to chat with you. Hope you're doing well. You were my first ever conference or consulting call, so it's fun, dude. But yes, my week screwed up. Aren't you supposed to live? You know what, Hex? I went ahead and decided to just go ahead and do a live. There's kind of a lot to talk about with the motorcycle, and I don't know. Next week I might be tied up, so I went ahead and kind of did it this Wednesday. So yeah, brother. Yeah, I appreciate you though. Thanks, man. Hope you're good, man. Hope you're getting some sleep. I'm thinking of getting the 450 also. Yeah, wife wants to ride. Yeah, no, dude, it's a great bike. There were some concerns for me. Honestly, like I said, I would get the Himalayan over the 450, but that's just my riding style. The Himalayan 452 is also really good on the road. It's supposed to be really nimble because of that 450 MT with a lighter front end and just not feeling good. But yeah, that engine on that bike, man, it's just it's something to think about. Yeah, yep. Yeah, motorcycle is way better. Yeah, to ride around and enjoy and experience stuff. I'm with you. 741. Good luck parking a car in the city, right? Yeah. I mean, even a motorcycle here is kind of a challenge to park, let alone a car. And you're just sitting in traffic. If you see my riding videos, lane filtering is completely acceptable here. You go around and whatever, So yeah, man, here in the city, I wouldn't want to have a car. You got to pay for parking. You got to find a parking spot while you have it. You don't need one. You could use Grab. You can use taxis. You really don't need transportation in Cebu City. That's why it's really great to kind of start here, get yourself set up. You don't need it. You can ride moto taxi. You can ride taxis. You can ride Grabs. You do everything. You walk. Yeah, man, I'm with you. You can get yourself a mini 4-door pickup truck on your bike and put your bike on the back, right? I know a guy that just bought a van, and he's doing that exact same thing. He bought a van. He's got everything going on that. He got a rack for the back to kind of park his bike in. Yeah. I love Bo's Coffee. Yeah, man. Bo's Coffee is a big part of my routine right now. I'll go there after the gym, and I get they've got a really good breakfast too, eggs and bacon and toast and some coffee. And I like going there after my routine. So see you guys at Bo's. I have 10K on my 10,000 kilometers on my MX in 9 months. Wow, dude. Yeah, good for you, man. What's up, James? I bought my plane ticket from Texas Cebu for under 700. I'll be there in November. All right, brother. I'll see you. I'll be around. Like I said, I'll be back and forth a little bit, but keep an eye on that. And if you're part of the community group, it's a good way. Look, I'll be honest with you. I'm not as active in that community group as I'd really like to be. It just, I was kind of contemplating what I wanted to do with that group. But anyways, join the community group. It is a way to kind of interact when you get out here. Chicago is nice for retirement. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for saying great things about the Philippines. Yes. Communication barrier is hard. Yeah, dude, I love it here, man. I'm very honored to be here. I love being here. I've had challenges being here, right? And it hasn't been the perfect journey, but it's no fault of the country, right? It really isn't. I just love being here. It's so freaking beautiful, man. I really missed, being in Colorado for 20 plus years. I really miss the water. I miss the ocean. I think some people gravitate towards the mountains and that type of scene, and some people gravitate more towards the ocean. I'm definitely an ocean and water guy. I just feel great when I'm around water and that kind of environment. Yeah, is in Mindanao. Yeah, between Davao and CDO. I was just looking at that on the map. Yeah, definitely plan on riding Mindanao. I cannot wait to get out in Mindanao. I just can't wait. When I did that trip back in March, that was the original plan when I left. Hey, let's hop on the bike. Let's ride down through Leyte and get down to freaking Mindanao. Well, a week later, still in Leyte, I realized I can't ride more than an hour and a half on this bike, and I'm shot, right? So, yeah, I'm with you. Yep. Mike, I saw a video of your girlfriend's Facebook page, and you and her are happy now. You were married before going to cash. Yeah, no, it's going well, man. It's still new. Look, it's a new relationship. It's, we've been dating a couple months now, 3 months, and it's going well. Mary Rose is absolutely incredible. When I thought about, I didn't move here for the relationship. I've said that a bunch of times. But when I thought about dating and kind of what I wanted in a person, this loving, this kind, this nurturing person, Mary Rose is all of that, man. For example, you guys have been around a couple of lives and stuff where I talked about getting a yaya, which is a maid, to help kind of cook and clean and kind of do that stuff. She's like, we ain't getting no maid. You just let me know what you want to do and we'll take care of it. But, that's the kind of, she's just great. She's got a great family. She's got great friends, just good girl and sweet. She's kind, super sweet, really sensitive, really feminine, super. I mean, just really almost like this fragile way about her that is just so amazing and so incredible. Yeah, it's going great, man. I'm really a fan of her, and it's going well. Hex, oh, thanks, brother. Really, salamat kayo. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's my lunch today. So thanks, man. I appreciate you buying me lunch. I have many friends with the 450 MT, and they're very happy with the handling. Yeah, no, I haven't been able to ride it, and a lot of people do love this bike, and it's getting a lot of publicity, a lot of attention. One of the concerns that I've heard now with several other bloggers who cover all this range of bikes, they talk about the Himalayan, they talk about the 450 MT, they talk about the NX 500. Several of them have brought up the concern regarding the light front end and the handling on that bike, and how really the Himalayan on the street and off-road is a better handling bike. Now, look, that's subjective, right? It's nothing true, but my understanding is the front end is light on that bike. So when you're riding that kind of bike in off-road and on-road, it just doesn't make it very nimble. So that's kind of what I hear. Whether or not there's any truth to that or not, it's hard to say, but those are the concerns that I would have around that bike also. And it'd be fun because there's been a lot of people who talk about the riding. They compare it to the Himalayan, they compare it to all of that. So just check out some other videos too and see what you come up with. I would love to ride all three, and hopefully I get a chance to. Yeah. Wanted to say thanks for the call. It was very beneficial for me and my trip. Definitely recommend for others. Forgot to ask about power issues, charging US electronics. So I have not had any power issues with any of my electronics here. You can use just your standard stuff. There was one item that I ordered on Amazon. It was an air filter. That did not work. And honestly, my Ninja blender did not work. But other than that, everything on my laptop's fine. All my chargers, my phones, my iPad, my drone, all that stuff is good. With electronics. So they do have converters and stuff like that at some of the hardware stores if you do find something that doesn't power. But honestly, I think most modern electronics are going to be just fine with the current wattage and voltage that's here in the Philippines. You don't need a special outlet either, although you're not going to find anything that's 3-pronged. Most of your outlets are just 2. Occasionally you'll find something that's 3-pronged. And some stuff I have here is 3-pronged, but most of my outlets are just 2. Yes, don't forget to hit the like. Salamat kayo. Yes, thank you so much. Really appreciate it, gentlemen. I do. This is fun for me. It's a privilege. There was shout out to Mike and Janet and Mike Philippines Retirement, right? And actually saw them passing by in the IL Mall the other day. But Mike just released a video about doing YouTube and stuff like that for money, and this is fun for me, guys. And that was kind of his thinking too. It's like you just don't want to do YouTube for money. You want to do this for fun, for a hobby, for all that kind of stuff. Because I don't honestly. I still think, yeah, no, this channel definitely costs money for me to do, right? Like it doesn't generate income. I was kind of looking at the cost for me to run the channel. It costs me around, I think, about $300 a month if you factor in laptops and cameras and all the stuff that I buy, the software licensing and all that. And this channel doesn't generate that much. I make less than $300 a month. So you really gotta do this for fun, right? You gotta do it for fun. All right. Where was I at with that one? Someone brought up Mike or Janet? Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button. Do it for fun. Yes, the 450 engine is excellent. I'm very pleased with performs very well. Some of my riding friends on bigger bikes said it's too fast in the twisties. Yeah, and I think that goes along with this just uncomfortable because of that lighter front end, right? Because if you're on a bike that's super, like you don't feel really good in the twisties, it's because it just doesn't feel right, So that's kind of what I'm yeah, that's kind of along the thinking that I would think as well, or what you're saying, I think kind of goes with that, where it just doesn't, it's not as nimble in the corners. Like my Duke, for example, man, that thing was on rails. That thing was just planted. You could drop it down. Even the Tanneray 700, honestly, I felt like was a good bike on the road. But this bike I'm hearing is not that type of bike. And to me, that's kind of why I moved away from that bike. The type of riding that I'm doing now is mainly road. It's almost all road, and it's just simply because I'm traveling by myself. I'm not going to hop off road and do kind of off-road riding by myself. It's not like I don't want to. It's just I'm not going to kind of do that stuff, especially by myself. So the type of riding that I am doing is mostly pavement. So I want a bike that is nimble, that is agile, that can also put on some miles, that I can put my girlfriend on the back as well as some luggage, right? So that's really the bike that I'm looking for. And yeah, so that's kind of why I went with that. The same with my husband. He loves Bose coffee. Yes. I'm a fan. The Bose coffee there in Ayala Mall, they have pour overs and they have a French press. So they have beans there, which I kind of like that. I'm a fan of the fresh ground coffee. And it's not that expensive. I think it's like 150 pesos. So, all right. Sounds like you guys are buying economy flights. How difficult is that? I bought a business class due to issues of little claustrophobia. Yeah. I know a couple guys that fly business also, and then they just they sleep, during the way over, which honestly I would love to. I have no idea what a business class ticket to fly. I haven't. Obviously, I flew here in December a year and a half ago, and I haven't been back since. So, I've had a couple of flights though. I flew over to Iloilo and I flew to Manila. I think that's it. Everything else, so I've tried to ride my bike or take ferries and stuff. 3 months of dating a girl in the Philippines is an engagement, dude. It is, isn't it? Very true, honestly. Mike, and you point to something that is kind of unique or different from dating here in the West. It is. It's a different dynamic here. You get really in this committed relationship quick. Dating around is not really an option. You don't really date multiple women at the same time here in this country, which honestly works for me. I've never been kind of that guy who pulls that off really well. I kind of get attached to people and that kind of way. So I just never felt fully comfortable, and nothing wrong with that style of dating. It's just not nothing that worked for me. So, but you're right, man. It things move fast here. They really do. Chris, does she have an older sister, older friends? She has an older sister. She has lots of friends, but we're being really careful about that. We don't really want to be an introduction or a dating service. It just doesn't go well. Actually, we're dealing with some of this kind of stuff now, where we had a guy kind of stalk one of her friends, and we're like, what the hell, man? So, anyways, but she does have an older sister. We're older friends, and with the right people, knowing them, right, with the right people, we'll do maybe some introductions, but it takes a lot for that to happen. Yeah. Good morning from drowning Montangas. Yes, wet there. Yeah, I need a submarine now. Yeah, move to Visayas, brother. Come down here and join me. It's actually not too bad out. It's kind of nice. Yeah, that's what I would suggest. Get out. And that is kind of cool. We talked about that a little bit earlier. Luzon and that region gets a lot more rainfall than this particular region. 3 months of, duplicate comments here. Yes, rain. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, come down here. Come down to Cebu. We'll be neighbors. Better yet, let's just move a little bit south. Move into Leyte. We'll hang out down there. Bought him a common ticket for under 700. Premium economy was double. Business class was close to 5K. Dude, James, man, that's freaking outrageous. So my 450 N. Oh no, my 450 NK. Okay, all right. Okay, too fast in the twisties. Yeah. But that bike, I don't think has that same problem with the light front end though. I have not done a lot of research on the naked bike. Same engine, right? Which honestly, I think that engine is just crazy. I love that engine. Love it. So yeah, but the naked bike, given that its geometry is a lot different than the MT, I would think you're going to be just fine in the twisties. If anything, it's freaking. I bet you that bike's on rails, dude. I'd love to ride that bike. Yeah, beautiful. I rode my bicycle in the rain the other day. It was some kind of fun, just an hour. Really glad to be back home though. Yeah, I don't mind riding in the rain. I really don't. I mean, because Colorado rain, it's 50 degrees and raining, which hypothermia, it's really dangerous, right? Here, it's freaking 80 and raining. I was riding in Leyte. We got caught, Mary Rose and I, we got caught in a rainstorm. It was fun. It was coming down hard, but I had a jacket on, which I discovered was not rainproof or waterproof. It was, but yeah, I don't mind riding in the rain. I'm more worried about hydroplaning and deep stuff. But yeah, I don't mind the rain. Yeah, I can't for the life of me understand why Western women can't see the power in being feminine. Yep, I love feminine women can make the best of a man kneel only with a glance. Yep, but they can't accept. It's so different, isn't it? Hex, it just really, really is the dating. And thankfully, I mean, granted, I don't want to bash, kind of Western women or that kind of deal. I'm thankful for being here. I'm thankful for the type of dating that is here. It is worldly different. I mean, just not even the same caliber. It blows me away. It really, really does. The difference in the genders here, just really incredible. Love it. Big fan. Yeah, man. I bet that bike is amazing. I bet it is amazing. Yeah. Honestly, I would buy that over the MT. I really would. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of naked bikes. I miss my naked bike. That's a great bike for the Philippines. Really, really, really good. Hey, Hexer, and you're right about buying cheap flights. Yeah. Dave, what's up, man? You'll eat durian when you pass through Davao in September. I will try durian. Actually, I hear it's really good. You brought that out, and I think durian in Mindanao is a lot. It's kind of like oranges, right? You get an orange in Colorado versus an orange in Florida. really different experience. And I think the durian there in Mindanao is better than anywhere else. There is one, Christian. There's one to the north. Yeah, there's one to the north up there. It's growing pretty good too. Yeah, let's show it on the map here. Yeah, so there's a big old low pressure. I mean, it's so far away now, right? It's up there. Here we're down in Cebu, but these guys in Luzon are just getting drenched, right? They're getting these bands pulling through there. So yeah, there's a storm up there. Yeah, this time of year we got to keep our eyes to the east, see what's going on. I miss my Gixxer 1000. Yeah, performance. Perfect balance, explosive power, just a bit cramped. Yeah, leaning over the gas tank. Definitely not practical bike for the Philippines. Yeah, Gixxer 1000, man. What a bike too. Yeah, my favorite bike so far is the 790 Duke. That'd be my favorite bike. The Tanneray was all right. I mean, it was nice. Just so damn top heavy that I just, oh my gosh, and tall, right? So you're straddling the top heavy tall bike. And so that was, I mean, you get used to it, but nice bike. And the other bike I owned was a Kawasaki Vulcan S 650. That was a fun bike, a cruiser. That would be a fun bike to have here too in the Philippines, just because it was so loud. Oh my gosh. I had two brothers exhaust on the back of there, decatted, so straight pipes from the took off the catalytic converter to save weight, pulled straight pipes from there into the exhaust. That thing was loud, man. It sounded so good though. And then my 790 Duke had a SC Project exhaust on there. That thing was I've got, like, early on my channel, I've got a riding video down through the mountains. So yeah, really, really cool bike. And that bike, man, if you look at that riding video that I did in Colorado, dude, I'm doing like 70. It does not look like I'm going that fast at all, but I'm in like I'm in third gear. So I'm doing like 70 miles an hour down through the twisties in Colorado. That bike would just fly. It felt so good. Yeah, a lot like the NX, man. It's really, really good bike. Yeah, it's amazing. Chris doesn't mind Filipino food. Most foreigners can't stand it. Yeah, Dave, I don't mind it. I don't mind the food here. But I'm kind of the guy that, yeah, I eat whatever, right? I've kind of been I was married for a while, but I was bachelor most of my life, really. I was married for 10 years. So I just I eat whatever. Like oatmeal in the morning, bowl of cereal, whatever. I'm not a big foodie where food's super important to me. I like food. I like, eating good food, but yeah, I could eat whatever. I'm really loving the fruits here, honestly, Dave. I've loved the fruits here. Mangoes, man, they are so good. It's probably one of my favorite things about the Philippines are the fresh fruits. Yeah, so I like it. I'm a little tired of all the chicken. And I'd like to get a grilled fish, a really good grilled fish without freaking mobs of soy sauce and vinegar or whatever else that's just already kind of baked into it. There's a lot of garlic in the food too. I like garlic, but it's kind of like chili in New Mexico, right? They freaking put chili on their ice cream. There's garlic on everything here. So I don't mind the food, but honestly, what I've become a big fan of rice. I love eggs and rice for breakfast in the morning. I freaking love that. So I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there. There are some quirks. Thai food sounds good. I'd like to get some Thai food. Yeah, man. We'll swap bikes. We'll go for a ride. That bike looks amazing. I'm a fan. I'm more a fan of your bike than the MT. It's great. 2,300 one way from Orlando to Manila. Wow, that dude. Oh, business class. All right, but dude, that ain't bad though. That's not bad. I spent 1,600 for my trip, one way, and that was economy plus, right? Yeah, that's not bad, Hex, for business. Yeah, I know a guy that spent, I think, closer to 3,000 because he flies business also on his trip. So not bad, not bad. I was married once for 1 year and a day, so I tell people, life in a day, yes. So 3 months of dating there won't happen for me. Yeah, don't worry, man. You'd be surprised, Mike. Get yourself the right woman, a girl who wants to take care of you, and who knows? Who knows, man? I didn't, like I've said this a bunch of times, I didn't move over here for that either, but I'm not going to deny that is just something here that is, it's a complete 180 from what we're used to. You have these young, beautiful women who just want to take care of us and love us and do all this stuff for us. It's like, sign me up. sign me up, man, because it's just, wow, just amazing, right? And they're everywhere. Well, look, I, they're not like one of the things that I thought when I got here is they'd kind of be rolling off the plane, right? Here in Cebu City, you go to freaking these pockets of stuff where there's a lot of foreigners. The dating there is horrendous, but you just be patient, take your time, get on some apps, do some stuff. I've shot a bunch of videos on this, right? But ideally, you get out of these bubbles and go other places. You don't necessarily need to get off of Cebu, but getting out of some of these heavily foreigner influenced areas would be where you want to go to, and just then the dating is unfreaking believable. I honestly, guys, I think Ormoc is completely underrated. Really love that little town, and see myself living there at one point. It's convenient. You know what? Let's pull up a map. I'm going to show you guys. Let's pull up a map. So one of the things that I like about Ormoc is you can get to it really easily from Cebu City. Great little town. Really cool in this boardwalk area too. They've got a bunch of World War II memorial stuff, and I've been actually watching some history stuff on World War II and the Battle of Leyte Gulf. Man, that was amazing. The largest naval battle in history. I'm not a big history guy, but living here has kind of opened me up to some of that cool stuff. But anyways, I love Ormoc. Great little town, easy to get to from Cebu. It's a 3-hour ferry ride over, so you're there in no time at all. And then it opens you up to a lot of areas. For dating, you've got 4 or 5 big universities there. So dating there is off the charts. And you've got, it's a bigger city than Dumaguete, down here. So Dumaguete to me is just a little bit too small. Ormoc is kind of that next city up where you've got, where'd I go? Yeah, there we go. You've got, big population of people. You've got malls, you've got restaurants, you got all this stuff. Not as many foreigners. So I really like that area there. And I can see myself, we'll be right. Ormoc's only an hour away probably from where we'll be at. But big fan. Yeah. So point is, Mike, you get yourself in one of those situations. I don't know, man. I might be seeing you at the altar. Yeah. I used to own a 900 back in the day, a Honda 900 back in the day, fully dressed with lowers, fairings, saddlebags, shaft driven. Wow, man. Loved it until my back injury. Yep. Yeah, brother. I hear you, man. You might want to look at some different bikes if you're really passionate about riding. I would think some of these adventure bikes or a naked bike might work where you're more of an upright riding position. You might want to look at it if you want, whatever. Western Women, do they still exist? They're about getting extinguished with all the way they. I don't see. I don't think the United States in that way of thinking is going to be changing anytime soon. And that's one of the reasons why I got out. Just many aspects of it, not really the dating even, but just this fundamental hatred that's there right now. It's just, man, it's everywhere. I mean, the hate culture. That it's just oof. Yeah, I don't see anything changing, man. It's going to be that way, probably for my lifetime, unfortunately. The CB500X grade kit will fit a little mod jump on Facebook Marketplace. Okay. Oh, hey, Morton. Yeah. Luggage upgrade. Okay. I'll look at that. I've got my eye on some Givi stuff. It's a little bit tricky. I looked at the OEM stuff from Honda, but man, it's just so expensive. Dude. Oh, I priced out some stuff and it was going to cost me, I think, 80,000 pesos to get every accessory that I wanted through Honda. And what is that? 80,000 pesos, or not 80. Yeah, 80,000 pesos. Yeah, that's 1,300. Is that what it was? Yeah, I think it was right around that. Anyways, you're talking 10,000 for the center stand. You had panniers, which were, I think, 20,000 plus the racks. You got the socket. So yeah, I'm looking at some aftermarket stuff. It might be a little bit though before I get all that. I'm going to get the center stand I'm gonna get the center stand and the 9-volt charger, I think it is. And that I think that'll be it for now. The other stuff, like the bags and stuff, I think I'll just go to Givi somewhere here. It's a powerful bike for the Philippines. It's a great upgrade. Yeah, man. NX500's I think the 3 to 500cc range is that great range for the Philippines. Look, if you've seen my videos, in the Luzon area, a little bit different riding, right? But in my area, I hardly get above. I would say I average between 20 and 40 miles an hour. That's it. That's all my riding, right? So it's very slow speed stuff, a light, agile bike, a bike that's really good at slow speed maneuvers, a bike that's fun in the twisties. What's the saying? It's better to ride a slow bike fast than a fast bike slow. That's kind of what the riding is here. Get these smaller CC bikes, these really kind of torquey, fun little bikes, some things that are good in the twisties, maybe some off-road ability also. So yeah, man, I'm really excited. I love it. I'm a huge motorcycle fan. So I had a R1 in the US, right? Dude. Oh yeah. I would like not now, but I would have loved to rode one back in the States. Now I'm just so used to the slow ride. I mean, you guys seen me. I'm in freaking shorts and flip-flops sometimes. Oh man. What's your thoughts on an e-motorcycle? Interesting. Like the Zero. Yeah, no, brother. Dude, I'm a fan of two wheels, man. I'm a fan of two wheels. E-bikes included, right? No, I think that would be a good option. I do think that would be a fun option, right? Especially to imagine this, Jimmy, right? You're pretty remote. Let's say you're super remote. You've got a solar setup, brother. You don't need gas. Yeah, I could see it. And I know the e-bikes are coming around, the electronic, the e-bicycle, I mean, for that matter, right? What there's a really good kind of like, almost like this mountain bike slash motorcycle. Dude, I think those would be incredible here, especially if you could rig it, because electricity can be a little bit expensive, but whatever, right? No, man, I'm a fan. I could see myself owning something like that at some point. Especially this kind of almost like a mountain bike slash motorcycle, that category of bike, and you would freaking shred here in this country, especially as the technology and the batteries get better. Heck yeah, brother. No, that's great, man. Ever tried putting honey on rice? Okay, I'll have to try that. I love the Filipino foods with some exceptions, which confirm the rule, but there's also Western food I can't stand. Yeah, balut, yeah, bagon. I don't even know what the heck that is. Balut, but there are the no-goes for me, and will be forever, I'm afraid. Yeah, I don't think you're ever going to see this guy do a balut video. Mary Rose is telling me all the time, you should eat one. You should not even to do a video, but you should try one. You should eat one. I don't know, man. I'm with you, brother. I don't think I'm going to be doing that at all too. And I like the food. I'm becoming a big fan of rice, and I miss it. Like if I go a day or so without rice, I'm like, I could do some rice. Yeah, I just bring your dog, Mike. It's probably the safer, more affordable route for sure. No question. And don't deny though that there are some beautiful, loving women who want nothing but to be with you, right? And that's kind of the charm of it. It's just amazing. Yeah, nobody. I wish I brought my dog. I know. But I hear you. I get it. Honestly, I'd given up too when I got here. I mean, I didn't date at all the first 6 months. I wasn't interested. I was not interested. Just forget that. And then I started hanging around these guys, man. And I hear these stories. I'm like, all right. So anyways, yeah, it's funny. I'll see you soon, man. You tried grilled milkfish. Yeah, I've tried adobo, and I haven't tried arta. I have not tried that. Mary Rose, if she's on or watches later, we'll have to try that out. I have tried adobo. I like the fish, but they typically do a lot. What they do with the fish is they marinate it ahead of time, and they dump like a lot of either vinegar or soy and then garlic. So it's hard to get just freaking fresh fish that isn't drenched in some type of sodium crap. You know what I mean? So like every restaurant I've gone to, it's almost always prepared the same way. When you get grilled, it's got all this kind of crap on it. I just want the fish, right? But yeah, I've been married twice, nearly 25 years combined. I won't be rushing to get married in the Philippines. I need some Jimmy time. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. I'm not going to rush into marriage either. You know, and Mary Rose and I have not even gone that direction. I mean, we were like, look, we're just going to have fun. Let's hang out. And we talked about it, but that's been the conversation. You know, let's just enjoy each other's company. She's got a lot going on with school and stuff. I mean, she's not even living here now. She's back in Palabon, right? So I agree. Take your time, gentlemen. Don't need to rush into it. It is a culture, though, that does want marriage, right? Like, I don't know if you'll really meet a Filipina who does not want to get married at some point. So they're really kind of they are wired that way. So it is something you will have to navigate. Obviously, early on, just have that conversation like we have. Like, look, this is something, you know, down the road, well beyond a year, kind of thing, right? And nothing we want to rush into. And speak of the devil, there she is. My own buntag, maramayang. How are you? Hope you're good there. Yeah, I know you spent the night at home last night. Hope everyone's good at home. Glad the boarding house is working out. We'll see you soon. We'll see you Friday. Ready to go back to the FN Lodge? We'll hang out there. Go see some apartments. So guys, that is what's coming up. We'll shoot some videos onto some apartments that are in Palapon because we're going to go look at some apartments and stuff. So I'll shoot a bunch of stuff on that. I'll show you the prices and that. Yeah, so some videos definitely coming up on that. Yes, I flew. Yeah, that's right. Right. Yep. Subscribe to you, Madame Maying. Yes. Yeah, she does a lot of short stuff, right? I think she does a lot of stuff on TikTok. Yep. Big C, what's your thoughts on availability for shaft drive over there? I love shaft drive. Yeah, I know. Right? No, I think so. Shaft driven motorcycles right now, I think the only one that I'm really kind of present to that's out here would be the BMW, right? I mean, look, any motorcycle manufacturer you can probably get out here, especially in the Luzon and Manila area. When you get out of some of these remoter areas, and that was one of my factors why I went with a bike, dude, you could find a Honda, Yamaha dealership anywhere. You can find one. Now, they might not work on big bikes, and they might take a while to get parts for your bike if I needed to. However, other manufacturers are few and far between. So something to consider when you're looking at motorcycles. Can you buy a BMW freaking GS? Absolutely. But getting that work done somewhere, you know, we're going to be hard. It's something to consider. I will be the one at your wedding that stands up on the ass. Don't agree. Let's go fishing, Mike. Brother, you're going to enjoy some of the stuff I got coming up down the road because Mary Rose's father is a big fisherman. Oh, he's a fisherman, right? So I'm really excited about hanging out with him and learning. I'm also scared, but I'm also excited. Just scared in the fact that, you know, getting out on the water, the boat, and you know, getting out in deep water, and you know, I'm an okay swimmer, but I'm not the best of swimmers. Like, I mean, I could float and do laps in the pool and stuff like that, but I am hardly a Michael Phelps, right? I'm hardly a guy that would say, you know, I'm a good ocean swimmer and that kind of deal. So I'm also a little bit spooked, and then a little bit of PTSD from watching a guy. Well, he did drown, you know, but thankfully he was resuscitated, but. Anyways, but yeah, I'm excited about the fishing stuff coming up with him, and I'll bring you up in that video for sure. Yeah, Western women. I mean, let's let nature take its course. Yeah, who the heck wants to deal with? Yeah, dude, it's so crazy, man, isn't it? It's just but the whole mentality, not even just the dating, and not to pick on a gender, but the whole Western mentality, gentlemen. I mean, you guys are you're there now, right? You don't see it till you get away from it. It's just, dude, it's violent. It is so violent. I mean, look at the attacks on our president, right? Or you know, former president and one of the candidates. It's just, man, it's just so, we are so violent. And that's gone down into genders, and it's just everywhere. My daughter's school, man, it is more like a prison than it is a freaking education structure. You know, it just, I look at the schools here, I look at the kids playing, I look at all that stuff, man, and it's so much. And then, you know, like I said, it's gone into the dating and just, it's everywhere. Yeah, man. Oh, you know, I hope we can get through this I just don't see it, man, because people aren't, it takes getting out of it, like being here and living here, to really see how toxic, how violent we are as Americans, as Westerners. Man, it's crazy. Oh, it's crazy. Yes, bagon is an extremely salty fish paste. Okay, yeah, which the line where I live is famous for its super salty version. I'd rather, yeah, get the haven't eaten that. Good thing it's no requirement to eat. Yeah, man. Too funny. You guys should hook up, man. You're in the same area. Yeah, you guys are in the same area. Both love motorcycles. The vlog with the bikes to ring. Dude, there's no topic. We can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Doesn't matter. If you stand up and disagree at the wedding, you have a problem with madame. That's right. And I'm telling you, as sweet as these girls are, you know, I've learned the hard way. You don't want to piss them off. I mean, it can go dicey like real quick, man. These girls they're fiery. They're like, you know, what do you call it? The Latina, the Asian Latina. Oh, too funny, gentlemen. Mm. All right. Yes. ¿Cómo está acá, sir? Okay, Rocco. Icao? Yeah, too funny. Or another one I've learned recently. ¿Cómo está Imo Adlaw? Right, Mary Rose? Huh? ¿Cómo está Imo Adlaw? Means, how's your day? How's your day? How difficult is it to import your pet? I think it's pretty hard, man. Yeah. Gentleman there, I don't know if you ever want me to say your first name, but yeah, the gentleman here just commented on that too. It could be hard, and not only that, can it be hard on the animal? So yeah, you really want to think a lot about doing that. You want to think about doing that before you transport your animal over, just because it could be hard on them, and they could struggle, potentially die. There was a gentleman who shipped over 3 dogs, and I think he said one or two didn't make it. So that was also something else that happened. I had a cat, and she died. Let's see, I think whatever, June or July, and then I came over in August and did my scouting trip, and then moved, whatever. So yeah, a pet can make it a little bit more, can make it a challenge for sure, because I think it can be a hard trip, man. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, he's got a lot more information on how that works, and has, you know, talked a lot about that. In the community group too, you can bring it up, and guys talk about that. 129 days on land in Cebu, retirement, to do the retirement recon. Nice, man. Adding Ormoc, dude. I'm telling, but here's the thing about Ormoc, like it's not a rookie town, you know, and I don't mean that to be insulting, but I mean that to be like, dude, you're in the Philippines there, you're in Leyte. You know, you want to have your head about you. I would say that in any kind of province town. The nice thing about Cebu, it's an easy place to start. You get your feet wet. You kind of, you know, you can go to freaking Burger King, and you know what I mean. It's that easy. There ain't that in Ormoc, but there are some good restaurants. There's some malls you can get out there. But you know, yeah. But don't go check it out. But I just want to prep you. There's no Grab. You know, you're gonna take trikes around places. The nice thing about Ormoc, so let's say you did your scouting trip, right, brother? This is good, actually. This is good. You're doing your scouting trip. You're checking out. You get here in Cebu. You land. You chill out for a week. Get through the jet lag, and then you can go down the ocean jet, get a ferry over to Ormoc, and you're there. Chill out. Stay for a couple days. The nice thing about it, you could easily come back. And that's what I love about Ormoc, is it's a quick trip back and forth. like whatever, 3 hours, 3 hour ferry ride, maybe 1,000 pesos, 1,200 pesos, and you're right back. They got 4 ferries a day. So if you need to come back, you can. But look, at that point, you're really into the Philippines. You know, you are. But it's good. Love it. Big fan. Big fan. Safe. You know, safe in that you're not going to have any issues. But you know, like if I was doing my scouting trip and I've never been to the Philippines before, Ormoc might be a little bit too much for me. Philippines cake, right, all day long. But Ormoc may be like, crap, where the hell am I? By myself, you know. Yeah. Dude, what's up, Kevin? Yeah, what's up, brother? Yeah. Yes, I'm great. Yes, coffee soon, man. Coffee soon. I'll see you when you get out here. Yes, very good student. You impressed with ¿Cómo está Imo at Lao? Are you impressed with that? I like that one. Thanks for showing me that. And thanks for a lot of things, but you know, thanks for kind of showing me your language. Hope you're good there, sweetie. Excited to see you in the next couple days. Remember, before you go in deep sea fishing, you have to watch. Right? Yeah, just as a reminder. Oh my gosh, dude. I'll never forget the first time I've been in deep water, man. I was down in the Bahamas, I think it was. And you know, I'd been around water. I've lived in Florida. I did that all kind of stuff. But you know, when you hang out at the beach and you do stuff and that kind of deal, it's different. The first time I got off the boat and I was in super clear water in deep water. And it's probably like 60, 70 feet water. And you look down, man, and you can see down that far. It is mind-blowing. For me, it was. For me, it was just crazy. I've never been in anything like that. It scared the crap out of me, man. But I mean, I got used to it and I loved it. But yeah, really, really fun. Yeah, I was terrified when I shipped my dog. Yeah, you know, yeah, yep. It is a little bit scary, especially as an older animal. It's just hard, man. It's a hard trip. You know, it's a hard trip on us, right? And you know, obviously consult with your vet. Maybe there's some stuff that you could do around that to make that trip easy for them. But yeah, importing a pet is no problem. My wife, brother. Oh, I can't wait. I'll get up there. I'll get up to your guys' area, man. We'll go hang out. Yeah, we'll go hang out. We'll go ride, man. Oh, you guys are hilarious. With all the rain here, with all that rain here, I was eating the clown for breakfast. Oh my God. Yeah, it's freaking coming down, right? It's coming down. I can see it in the radar. Hey man, what's going on? Hey Chris, getting back to the bikes. Which is a better first bike, Rebel 500, Ninja 500 for here in the US? You're down for those two. Rebel. If I had to choose between one of those two bikes, I would choose that. But they're in the US. Honestly, I would choose my bike. I would choose the NX 500 for a new guy. But if you only had to choose between those two, I'd choose the Rebel. Look, the Ninja 500 for a new rider is going to be way too much bike, man. Not only that, it's just not comfortable. I did sit on the Rebel 500, and that's not super comfortable either. I just sat on it yesterday. But the US is a different riding animal, right? You got the interstates, you got that kind of stuff. Yeah, the NX 500, the bike that I bought, is a great first bike for the US. Honestly, the Transel is a bigger. You're looking at bigger bikes for the US because you're going to be on interstates and stuff like that. The Transalp is a really phenomenal machine, man. That is another great machine. What does Yamaha have? I mean, honestly, some of these naked bikes, the MT700, is that the bike? That might be it. So that you're going to want to step up the CC range. You know, the 700 CC range would be probably a more ideal size of a bike for the United States. I like the Vulcan. If you really want a cruiser, the Vulcan 650, great bike. The seat, though, you probably want to change out. It was a little bit uncomfortable. Naked bikes are really good first bikes, honestly. Anything, just because the riding position is super comfortable. And they're really good, agile bikes for you to ride around. But yeah, definitely not a Ninja. Definitely not a Ninja. It's an uncomfortable bike. It's not a very practical bike. It's not, you're bent over, you're that kind of deal. I think Kawasaki puts that same engine in a naked bike. I would get that one, whatever that is called. But yeah, and Kawasaki is a great brand, and Yamaha is a great brand. Phenomenal, can't go wrong. Yeah, grew up milking goats before school. Oh, that's great. So no rule suit, no rule. Yeah, so rule suits me. All right, Jeff, I got you with Ormoc. Yeah, no, brother, you'll be fine, man. You'll be good then. Yeah. You'll be fine in Ormoc. Yeah, it's a safe area. I think for some people it might be too much fresh off the boat, but in just setting that expectation, you'll be good. There's a mall and crap like that. You get restaurants and eateries, but just be ready. One of the things too is just make sure you got a lot of change. Try to have stuff 500 pesos and below. It'd be hard to kind of break that kind of stuff out there in the provinces. So bring a lot of change with you. But yeah, dude, you'll be good. Yeah, anyone will be good. We're just kind of setting up that expectation of Odlete and Ormoc, and you're in an area where there's not a lot of foreigners, which is great. It's kind of, honestly, those are good areas to go to and be and explore. Paint a big smile on your face. Salamat kayo, thank you very much. Mayong buntag, good morning. Learn that kind of stuff. Be respectful, and dude, you'll be fine anywhere in the Philippines, right? Well, outside of regions I'm in and out. Has your singing improved since you got there? I haven't really been much on karaoke. No, I don't mind it though. I just a little bit on karaoke. Mary Rose was singing some karaoke the first night we hung out. But yeah, I've maybe a little bit. Any subject. Okay, let me tell you about the Book of Mormon, right? Oh my gosh. Also, cats aren't pets. They're Satan helpers. I know, right? I like dogs and cats. I like animals. I do like pets. I actually had a lot of exotic pets. I had snakes. I had tarantulas. I had cat. But I wanted, the thing about a cat was I traveled a lot for work, and it was something I could easily do through, I traveled like Monday through Friday sometimes. So a cat was something I could easily kind of be away for 3 or 4 days and then come back and have it be fine. Can't do that with a dog. So, but yeah, no, but I love I love pets for sure. I bet if Rose sees my comments, she's not gonna like me. No, she's fine. She's used to it. You're working out today, man. Yeah, no, dude, I'm working out. I work out 6 days now, and I'm doing really good since I've seen you. I haven't lost a lot of weight, but man, I'm feeling strong. Jason's freaking shredding me, man. I'm doing really good physically. I'm feeling stronger than I felt in, probably my 30s. I was really getting strong. But yeah, dude, my strength training is going well, and I think I shared with you my testosterone results. I'm going to be doing a video on that. I mean, seriously, I had doubled my testosterone results just by freaking moving here. I mean, how the heck is that possible, right? I even know how I accidentally doubled my testosterone. Because it's true, I did just by moving here. So yeah, dude, I'm kicking butt, man. I'm feeling really, really good. Yeah, back to bikes. I'm definitely gonna miss my Tiger Rally Pro when I leave. Yeah, dude, what a bike, man. What a bike. But it's different, Jeff. You can get some really fun machines out here too. And like I said, that 300 to 500 cc range, man, is just exploding. Just exploding. That trend, thankfully, is going down from freaking big old 1,000 cc bikes, 1,000 cc liter bikes, down, man. It's so, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Especially in this region. It's just really ideal. Jeff, what's up, dude? Yeah, no, you're good, man. Yeah, bath time over. It's Jess on the Philippines. Is she on doing I don't know that channel, but I can imagine, man. I can imagine. Some of these girl vloggers, man, and all they do is get on and do lives and, just cook in their shorts and stuff. I mean, it's crazy. At some point, it's going to turn into an OnlyFans page, right? But hey, what? Each their own, right? Oh, wow. Thoughts on a vasectomy? Wow, yeah. I'm retiring there soon at 51. Congratulations, brother. and don't really want kids, but I don't imagine most girls, but I imagine most girls want kids. Yeah. What are your thoughts on having one? Tough decision. Don't want kids in school at 7, 8. Well, look, based on your comment there, you're going to want to get one, right? Um, if you don't want kids, I would get a vasectomy. I have a vasectomy. However, I wish I didn't get one. I actually really love kids. I really love kids. When I got my vasectomy, though, I just gotten divorced. I was 50 years old. I had no intention of living in the Philippines, but I knew I was done having kids, like in the United States, right? I couldn't afford it, you know? Knowing what I know now, living what I know now, and being with a girl who's in her 20s and 30s and dating girls that are in their 20s and 30s, these are all ages where they want kids, and I love kids. So I wish I didn't get it done. However, if you're at a stage where you don't want kids and you know that, brother, I would get it done. And then, when you're here dating, be upfront about it. But if you're on the fence about wanting to have kids, don't get it done, right? It's something to think about. I know guys here that all the time that are starting families as they're older. And as long as you are, financially responsible for that kid that you're bringing into the world, there ain't nothing wrong with that, right? I don't see why not. I mean, I get you'd be older, but honestly, we have the time now to be fathers. I know. I would love to be a father for a kid here. I love it. Love it, right? Just because I do. I've got time to raise this kid. I could be around him. I didn't get to be around my son at all. He was in one state, I was in another. I didn't spend any time. My daughter, I was her stepfather, so I've been around her for the first 2 years, and from 2 to 15 we were together. But even then, I'm freaking working. I'm traveling. Here, I got all day to be with my kid, right? Hey, yeah, let's go swimming. Let's go do this. Let's go whatever. Especially those younger years before they get cranky and not want anything to do with you. You get all that time to be with the kids, and like I get it, right? If that's just not your thing and you don't want that, then yeah, dude, get fixed, and you'll find a girl that works for you. I mean, that's the part of the things too in the dating in general is really just finding a girl that works for what you want, right? And you can find that here, man. But just be very clear on what that is, and be very clear with her in the beginning. Hey, this is what I want, right? This is what I'm up to. These are the things that are important to me. Like for me, look, I don't drink, right? So I talk to these girls like, look, I'm a non-drinker. I don't care if you drink, but I can't be with someone who drinks daily, that kind of stuff, right? Just having these conversations early on and off, right away, and you'll get the right girl, brother. But if you're that dead set against it, having kids and that, freaking get it done. It's an easy procedure. Whatever, get it done on a Friday, and by Sunday you're good. Hey, what's up? Yes, new bike. You should borrow a scooter in the vid and ride. Yeah, and the differences on the road. Yeah, between a motorcycle and a scooter, for sure. Yeah, no, I don't mind scooters so much. I'm just not a fan. I talked about this a lot. I don't like the rear brake, in your left hand. I don't like the rear brake. I don't like the no clutch. So there's just some things for me. I really like motorcycles, but yeah, I could do some comparisons. I'll probably end up with a scooter at some point. I could see having one. Yeah. Yeah. Practicability of a bike here in the Philippines. Yep. There's only one thing to consider: fun. If the bike is no fun, it's not for you. Absolutely, man. The bike's got to speak to you. It's got to be a good fit for you. And, honestly, that's what I like about Royal Enfield. Sorry, I got to just plug some stuff in here. I do like Royal Enfield in that way. I think they are a great manufacturer. There we go. Yeah, got to plug some stuff in. Freaking batteries won't last long. Oh. But yeah, no, you're right. The bike's got to speak to you. The manufacturer does. Really love the Duke, 790 Duke. Amazing machine. I love this Royal Enfield bike, man. A great bike. Freaking dig it. I don't think anywhere in Mindanao is dangerous anymore, but I don't recommend Muslim areas of the Philippines because conservative makes everything boring. There are some areas, Dave, that we want to avoid, honestly. There are some areas, and let's pull up the map. And even just talking to people who live there, they say, yeah, you probably, there are areas you want to avoid, in particular by yourself. And so the United States government doesn't suggest really going in this region of the Philippines really at all. I believe there are warnings here. What's that? Marawi City. There's stuff in the news, and so this area is definitely a region we want to avoid. And it's unfortunate because, trying to get over to, like, if you're going to Dapolog or Dapitan City and you're kind of looking cruise through, you're going to be in close proximity to Marawi City. I just don't think this is a very smart place for us to go to. Another region is down here in Zamboanga City. These are regions that we should probably avoid. Now, could you go there and hang out for potentially a weekend and whatever? Maybe. But to live there and that kind of stuff, I don't know, man. I think there are just safer, better places to go. But to say, yeah, all of Mindanao is no good, not at all, man. There's a lot of, especially if you stick to this eastern section of Mindanao, especially from Davao to CDO, beautiful area, go down to General Santos. But anything kind of this, especially this peninsula down through here, I think is wise for us to avoid. And obviously this Marawi City is a good place to avoid. There's some stuff here too, I believe, that happened somewhat recently or within the past several years. So, I don't know. I wouldn't go too far to say that, everywhere in Mindanao is a good place for us to hang out. I don't believe that's necessarily true, but I also wouldn't go to the extreme and say it like, all of Mindanao is safe. I do know, like, even the military, right? If they're going to travel to Mindanao, it's actually, they have to get special permission. So there's just, I don't know, man. To me, when you look at the Philippines and all the places that are go to, does it really make sense to kind of go to some of these potentially high risk areas when there's all these other destinations that are available to us? I don't know, right? I'm not sure. They've got some goats in the They've got some goats in the Philippines. The milk, yeah. I see goats everywhere, man. If you look at my videos, there's freaking goats. We're shooting. Mary Rose and I were up shooting some of that drone stuff. There's a freaking goat right next to us, chatting away. We were talking back and forth. It was like, bah. I'm like, bah. Mary Rose is laughing. But yeah, there's goats all around. Yeah. Isn't that interesting, Kevin? I'm going to make a video on this. I am. This video will be a big one, though. So I'm working on, not really a script, but I'm kind of laying out what I want to say about it. Because honestly, brother, wild, isn't it? Dude, I had done a testosterone test before I moved here. So 2 years ago. And I was low. I was on that. And I'll see if I can find the results. I don't think I have it, but I know the scale. I tested below. I was on the low side. And then you need 2 consecutive tests in the United States to get on TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. And the second test that I took, I was just above the bottom margin, right? So we're talking the bottom of the spectrum. Dude, when I got tested a couple weeks ago, or maybe a month ago now, I am now at the top end of that scale, more than doubled my testosterone. Now, I think there are a couple factors around that. I think one is, yes, it's moving here, being in a less stress-free environment. But I think I'm sleeping better, which is key. But I'm also, how to say this, PG-13. I'm active in that area, right? I'm sexually active. I think that is also another big factor. I hadn't been with a woman in 5 years prior to moving here. So I think the common thing are some things there that I think are factors in it is being more active in that area. Also, I did work out and exercise in the United States, so it wasn't like, although I am doing more strength training here than I was doing there. So yeah, being more active, sexually active, strength training. It's definitely not diet because I'm, I'm not like focused on my diet. But lack of stress and culture, man, I'm telling you, unbelievable. Kevin, I'm blown away by those results. I was preparing for a TRT replacement future for me. I was looking at where I could get it, the type of shots, like the insulin needle, all that stuff, right? Like I was preparing myself that was a path, given that I knew I had tested low and at the bottom of that scale. But then to find out that I'm freaking more than doubled my testosterone, And then I started looking at what the heck, how did that even happen? Really, really incredible, brother. I'm with you. I'm with you. Yep. I'm with you. It says a lot about the West and the living out there. Yep. Yeah, they've got some goats in the Philippines. You can milk. Yeah, I don't think I've ever milked a cow, or I lived on a farm in South Dakota as a kid, but it wasn't a dairy farm, right? It was a small 13-acre farm. We had mainly a crop every year, corn or whatever, and a big garden, and we had a lot of sheep, and we had a cow and some horses and chickens. Yeah, chickens. Back to my roots. Hey, Chris, good to hear your workouts are coming along. The next time you go to Ormoc, stay at this Sabin Resort and have lunch and dinner there. Oh, nice, man. Yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate that. I'm a big fan of Ormoc, as I've said. I really do. I dig that little town, man. Dig it a lot. Single guy, married guy, all of it. I like it a lot. I think it's a great town. Not a lot of people have talked about it. I feel. I know I think there are some bloggers out there, but I like it. I like its proximity to Cebu. It's got a great culture. It's got a great history, beautiful scenery around there. You got to watch a little bit of the weather there. That'll be something I'm going to be focusing on, is the weather. A lot of people Leyte gets hit by storms, but I think, let's pull up the map, right? I think on this peninsula here, where we're at, you're a little more protected. Now, ideally, I would like to be down in this, right? Like I think Tim down Padre Burgos. So when you're this far south, you're a little more protected. I think Ormoc's going to get a little bit more weather, kind of like what the guys are seeing now in Luzon, just getting a lot of wet weather. But yeah, we'll see. It is something I'm going to keep my eye on for sure, is the weather and how it compares. Because Cebu, in this particular region, right, in this region where I'm at, we don't really get the rainfall that these guys are getting now. We just don't get it. Because the storms just kind of roll up north, right? So yeah, I like it. I like it. Sure, Leyte is fun. Davao region is kind of Muslim, so kind of boring. But I plan on moving to Davao City for the fruits and just good city. I like Davao City. I'm a fan of it, and I get what you're saying. It has a little more conservative nature. However, I think once you stay there for a while and get adapted, I think, especially too, in particular with the dating, that it's not an issue. And if anything, it's better than Cebu as far as finding that more of that partner type of thing. But yeah. Yes, Jim. Yes, let's see the new bike today. I might be picking it up today. I'm betting more than likely, though, it'll be tomorrow. I'm hoping it gets prepped out today. Actually, the money transfer should go through. Actually, let's see here. It should be going through here. I can check it right now. And once the money transfer goes through, then it'll be ready. But then if I pick it up first thing tomorrow morning, then I have all day to kind of ride it. And that's kind of what I'm looking to do, is spend as much time as I can riding it. So yeah, I'm just logging into my app now. And yeah, let's see here. Oh yeah, it might not go through today. It might be tomorrow, July 25th. Yeah, which means I might not be able to pick it up. Yeah, we'll see. If I can't pick it up today, I'm on the road. I'm heading over to Palmpon on Friday, so I might not be able to pick it up until Monday or Tuesday. So anyways, soon though. It's coming. It is coming. Looking forward to it too. Really opens up a lot. Yes, you can have the vasectomy done there. Yep, after you made up your mind. Yep, that's true. Yep, you can get it done there. But if you have insurance and stuff, you can just get it done in the States too. It was an easy procedure, honestly. It was super easy. It was, snip, snip, and done. They cauterize, right? They cauterize the vas deferens. So super easy. I think that's what they do. Yep. Yes. Yes. Soon. Would you be interested in making a video cooking in your shorts with me in the back camera? Cooking in my shorts. I'm not much of a cook, Hax. Sorry to tell you, brother. Yeah. I have done, so that video I did with Mary Rose, where we're laying in the bed with the camera up there, that did get a little bit of heat, but oh well. Ducati Monster. Could you imagine that here in the Philippines? You couldn't get out of first gear. Ferrari on a go-kart track. Yes, kids expensive in the U.S., but I have two boys, 17 and 15. They're the eldest being graduated Yep, 2025. He turns 18. I'm happy growing up my boys now. Yeah. No, I get it. And here you could have kids. You could raise them inexpensively. You can go to college. I mean, college isn't a complete freaking rip off and scam like it is in the United States. Here you can nothing, right? A couple thousand a year to put a kid through college. It's just so really excited about that. And my daughter is considering that, right? She expressed an interest in getting a nursing degree here, go back to the United States, take the test, and done. Nursing degree for freaking maybe $5,000. Yes. Yeah, here in Fort Lauderdale. Nice bike. Yeah. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for being here, man. Hope all is good in Fort Lauderdale. I spent some time in the Tampa area. I lived in Tampa, Anna Maria Island, Bradenton, Brandon. So I'm familiar with that area a little bit. Yep, like it. Yes, GS, nice. Yeah, Ducati Monster. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that'd be a bike. I wouldn't want it here unless you're in Lausanne, but yeah. Would you wear a life vest when going out in the ocean? I do, especially if I get a little spooked. I actually bought a nice scuba vest it's inflatable and deflatable, but I'm super, I'm pretty buoyant in the salt water too. So, but yeah, I do sometimes I wear a vest, but it just depends if there's one available or not, or what I'm up to. Like on the shuttle boats that when you do some island hopping, sometimes they require you to wear a vest, but most of the time you don't. But yeah, so most of the time I'm not wearing one. Sometimes. Yeah, I don't want any babies either. That's why my dog is getting spayed. I find people on the coast in northern Mindanao to be really fun, and they love foreigners. Or the teen girls who played hide and go seek with me all the time and bought one. Yes, yeah, I can't wait to explore a lot of that region also, and that kind of will be where I start, is kind of as I go down through here and then explore Batuan over to CDO. Iligan City would be good, but you're too close to Marawi City. But yeah, this northern region looks good. And then honestly, General Santos, to me, I cannot wait to get down to General Santos. I'm excited about that. Davao City, I could see myself living there at one point. Mary Rose talked about, when she gets out of school, she'll want to do a year or two of work, possibly spending some time in Davao. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Mindanao, and you don't really have to worry about the typhoons as much down there, especially in the southern region. Earthquakes, though, you do, but typhoons, Did you watch P's video on HIV? I did see the thumbnail on it. I did not see that. Seems like a lot of fun, but I guess you need to be careful. So, I have heard about HIV here in the Philippines. I know another vlogger that had HIV scare. So I have heard about HIV in the Philippines, and it is something that you definitely want to be careful. And it makes sense, right? Especially if you look in the Angeles City area and that type of industry that's up there, right? It does make sense. But I have not seen her video. I did see the thumbnail on it, but I haven't watched it. I really don't watch a lot of other Philippine YouTube vloggers. I do watch YouTube still, but I watch a lot of like motorcycle stuff. I'm a big fan of a lot of the motorcycle vloggers. I like Chronicles of Solid. He's a guy out of Australia. I freaking dig that dude, man. He's just a really great vlogger, and his content I'm a big fan of. He does mostly dual sport and ADV stuff. I'm a big fan of him. Is Chronicles of Solid. Another guy I like to watch is a guy out of Oregon, I believe, up there, or Seattle. I can't remember. But he is Dork in the Road. The guy is funny, great vlogger. Also, too, he's more of a dual sport kind of guy, a lightweight ADV bike kind of guy. But so that's kind of the most of the stuff I watch. I don't really watch any other Filipino vloggers. I'll hop on, like if Mike's video I saw that popped up that talked about, making money on YouTube. I did watch that. And I'll pop in people's lives every now and then just to kind of see how people are doing. But I don't really watch a lot of other Philippines content so much, just because, I'm living it, right? I don't need to watch somebody else, living their life in the Philippines when I'm having that same life, right? But yeah, no, it's it. But I haven't seen that video. Maybe the amount of sunlight Chris has got in the Philippines has raised his testosterone. Yeah, potentially. I don't know if sunlight has anything to do with testosterone growth, but I have to tell you, I am just really shocked by the results. I mean, more than doubled, man. Just absolutely incredible in less than like 2 years. Yeah, pretty sure the testosterone is due to all that rice, his life. I mean, it is, man. I think a lot of it is just being active, you know, not being with a woman in like 5 years, and then coming here and then dating, mostly the 20 to 30-year-olds and being active in that area. I mean, there's, a guy I was talking to the other day is like, if you don't, it's like algebra, right? You don't use it, you lose it, and that was, I think, my experience in the West. And a lot of guys are like that in the West, right? They're not dating, so I think it's a Western experience for sure. Please use full bike gear. Yeah, every person I know on motorcycle in the Philippines has been severe accident and a badly injured. Ride safe. It is so different here. It is such a different riding culture in that way. It's really interesting. In that last video I shot, you see these kids, what I said 4 in the video, but he's probably more like 3, nothing at all, right? So, and I get it. I let people kind of do their own thing. I lived in Colorado, right? They had a no helmet law. You don't have to wear a helmet. I chose to wear a helmet just because I felt like I didn't feel comfortable in riding without it. In Colorado too, I was, what do you call it, at GAD or whatever, all gear all the time. That was very much my riding style there. But here in the Philippines, I actually have changed a lot of that way. And, and coming from Colorado, I let people make their own decision. I don't want to force my way of thinking or being on anybody. And so I just, whatever people want to do is their deal. For me, I wear a helmet all the time. I don't feel comfortable without a helmet. It is the law here, so you're required by it. However, you get outside of some of these other areas, you'll have generations of people that have never even owned a helmet, right? So it's different. It is really different. I haven't been with a woman in quite a while in the States either, man. So that comes staying at the alcoves. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, what a place that was, man. Beautiful, beautiful place. I wish I should have shot that. Yeah, it was a beautiful place. I liked it. Yeah, beautiful place. Yeah, interesting operate. Yeah, isn't it, Jimmy? Yeah, I sleep and lower stress levels, huge impact. I'm with you. I think food additives might also be less in the Philippines, which could be another factor. Brother, I'm really interested in this. And the more I kind of think about it and talk about it in preparation for this video, the more I am blown away, Jimmy, by the results of that test. I mean, what the heck? What happened? How did that happen? I'm telling you, man, it's just really, really interesting. Really interesting. Parent, I'm not promoting gear. Yeah, not promoting. I ride the motorcycle to protect the Chris, but I'm primary solution in all accidents. I know because speeding or drinking. Yeah, you just never know, right? It's an accident. I should wear more gear, dude. I've got my full climb gear. I bought all my climb gear with me. I got a freaking what's the hot weather Marrakesh or whatever you call. I've got my climb jacket. I got my climb boots. I got my gloves, or not boots, but pants. I got all my gear. I just, it's different. It's different. But yeah, I get it, man. I get it. It's time for me to take my girlfriend for a dog walk. We'll get you out of here, Mike. We'll get you out of here, brother. Yeah, you can reverse it. Yeah, you can reverse it. And that is kind of the plan. Did Michael, is that you talking Michael from the Filipino Life, right? That guy? I don't, like I said, I don't really watch a lot of it, but I think that might be who you're talking about. It's the only Michael I know. But yeah, and I know guys here who have got a vasectomy. Now they're with a Filipina and they, she wants that. The likelihood of you being with a Filipino who wants to have kids is very high, right? So that is something to consider too. You know what? I got to move my charge here. That is something to consider too as you're here. That 1 second there. Yeah. That is the likelihood too, is you're with a girl who all right. You guys hear me okay? I turned my microphone off. Yeah, it looks like it's putting out. Okay. Yeah, you can get a reversal. It is something to think about. And you know, I don't know. We'll see. Mary Rose is got some stuff where, you know, I don't want to go into detail on that, but it might not be a factor for our relationship. Yeah. What are the alcoves? So the alcoves are just a really, really beautiful place at Ayala Mall in the Cebu Business Park. It's attached to the mall, but just one of the top places to stay. It may be the top place to stay. It's online with kind of what I live in here. It's really, really Beverly Hills of the Philippines. The advantage that the alcoves is it's attached right to the mall. So right in the basement, you got the marketplace, really good grocery store. But yeah, just really fine accommodations. Yeah, the cooking video with helmet and full of gear. All right, guys. All right, I'm with you. We'll do that video. We'll do probably with Mary Rose though, and around. But I'll do a video in full cooking gear. I'll do it. I have it all actually. I actually just went and cleared out my storage locker. So, by the way, you can get storage lockers here. There's one in Cebu at the bottom. There's Storage Town, and I think it was, you know, decently priced. I think I paid like 13,000 pesos for almost a year. So whatever, 1,000 pesos a month for a storage locker. But yeah, I'll do that. That'll be a fun video. I'm generally geared up riding, but I just ride near the house for an errand, more casual, but always a helmet, gloves, and full shoes. But yes, shorts. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I sometimes am in the flip flops when I'm out on the islands, but I'm here. You're supposed to wear shoes. So I do wear shoes, and I've got full, you know, I got a helmet. I don't have a full helmet, but yeah, I'm always a helmet. I don't feel it. And actually eyewear too. I'm always got eyewear on. But yeah, I've laxed definitely in my, you know, I don't have a jacket or pants on. Yep. If Michael Scott can get a vasectomy reverse, so can you. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll have to look that up. Is that Michael from Philippines Life or a different Michael? I would definitely go to college in the Philippines if I had to do it all over again. Well, yeah, wouldn't go into nursing though. Yeah, no, I think it's a good option. I think their schools here are rated. Yeah, I've tried reversing my vasectomy. Oh, yeah, interesting. Ah, that's good to know. Yeah, that's good to know. I'm not in a stage where I'm interested. We actually, Mary Rose and I, if we progressed into that level of relationship, you know, we looked at, you know, adoption could be something we both, you know, we're looking to. But both of us are very cautious about having these long-term conversations. It's just new, you know, it's just new. How long had it been since the vasectomy? For me, well, yeah, I don't know about, for me, it had been, I don't know, what, 5 years? And a motorcycle accident, though. I took a motorcycle to the crotch. And that's the other reason why I was really interested in getting my testosterone test, because I actually did sustain some pretty serious testicular damage. And that could have been why I was low, but I don't know. I mean, I'm the same now, right? So it was after, both my tests then was after my accident, and now, of course. So yeah, 6 years. Yeah, so about the same time frame. I don't know, man. I hear reverse things. The other thing they could do is I think they could do an extraction, which that sounds absolutely lovely, right? I think they can go in there with a needle and extract semen and then impregnate your spouse or whatever that way. That sounds incredible, doesn't it, gentlemen? And that probably wouldn't be cheap either. Yeah, none of them were speeding or drinking. They just drove. Yeah, you never know, man. You never know. And then what, you want to ride for the slide, right? That's the saying. And I get it, man. I get it. I do. I understand. I get it. The one of the factors for me, and maybe this will help with a new bike, is I just don't have crap to put my gear. You know, when I rode in the States, I had panniers, I had bags. I'd just take off my jacket and pants and I'd throw it in the bin. I don't have that here, you know. But yeah, yep. And some of it too is seeing what other people are doing. And I'm not a guy that can kind of conforms to what everyone is. But when you're on the road, you don't see a single person. I don't see anybody freaking inclined, man. You know, I don't see anyone in that. I don't see anyone in a freaking jacket, hardly ever. If I see guys, they're usually in like motocross freaking armor, which, yeah, whatever, it's better than nothing, but you're still not riding for the slide. You're not, you're not going to have any, you're going to have some road rash, and I see that, but yeah, it's different. Yeah. I practice a lot afterwards. I know, right? Practicing's great. Practicing's great. Lifting weights is a huge for every aspect of the body. Yep, minimizing stress. More vitamin D. Interesting, Jeff. Yeah, makes total sense. Slow down on your dairy too. Yeah, I don't eat a lot of as much dairy, or yeah, no, Jeff, you might be onto something. Yeah, brother. Yep, yep. I don't know. That'll be the kind of the title of the video too. How I accidentally doubled my testosterone because it wasn't intentional, but it did happen. Yeah. So just endure hell for 30 more years. Move halfway around the world. Find a girl half your age. Finally, you can have well-adjusted kids. Yep. Have time and money to raise them. Yes. Barry, that sums it up right there, brother. Sums it up right there. I know, right? Oh, so incredible. But you're right. That sums up life in the West. And really, our lives as 50, 60-year-old men, right? As all of us are in that kind of bracket. It sums up our lives. Yeah, really kind of, yeah, but get here. Let that crap go. Get here. We'll go ride. I like Batuan much more than General Santos. General Santos has more conservative Muslim culture. CDO is fun, but extremely congested. Yeah. I don't mind the Muslim culture, really. I don't. I'm excited to get down there and experience it firsthand. Philippines is one of the worst countries in the world regarding HIV. The total infection rose by 54% in just 2 years. Whoa, today new HIV is diagnosed every 1.5 hours. I believe it. And one of the things that's around that is it is a culture that doesn't necessarily believe or widely use condoms. They just don't. It is more of and maybe that's the Catholic, no birth control kind of religious aspect of that, but they don't use condoms really hardly at all. I'd be terrified of an STD in the Philippines. It's not like in Thailand where you can walk to a corner and get a cure. Actually, you can get there are clinics here. There's clinics you can go around if you had a problem. The medical stuff is here. I mean, it's around. It's not as like Thailand where they have a whole tourism built around it, but the medical stuff here, especially if you're in the bigger cities, you're good. Yep. Oh crap. All right, I got to wrap it up here soon. I do have a training session in half hour. Yes, please stay safe. Absolutely. Live dangerously. Never do what somebody else will do tomorrow. Yes, we use Storage Town and Medallion Cebu. Yeah, I was a big fan of Storage Town. I liked it. Not bad. Yeah, pretty. Not that expensive for what it was. Testosterone level higher due to busting the nut, bust the nut on a regular basis. Yes, yeah. I think this is the biggest part of my increased level. I think you're right on, dude. I think you don't use it, you lose it, and being like not sexually active for 5 years, basically destroying my manhood. It is a big part of that. I think that is one of the biggest parts of that. It's all speculation, but it's really, I think you're onto it, man. I think you're right into it. Oh, brother, it's so true. Jeff, when you getting out here, brother? When you coming, man? Yeah, Philippines is involved. All the bikers know that Phil was involved in an accident. Congratulations. I rode since 1997. Wow, man. Good for you. Knock on wood. Be safe though, brother. Hope you're good. Yeah, mine put me in a wheelchair for 3 months, and I was fully geared. Thankfully, I mean, it's why I'm here and alive. Yeah, I prefer impregnating my women the old-fashioned way. I know, right? Can you imagine the injection? Oh, dude. Oh, getting the freaking needle and extracting that out. Oh man, because you added you worked in IT, but don't know who Michael Scott is. Oh, okay, yeah. I don't really watch a lot of TV. I never really did. I watch a lot of YouTube, but I haven't had cable since the early 2000s, so I didn't really watch a lot of the cable television. I had digital antenna TV and stuff like that. But yeah, girls with a BM around 22 at ages are good for testosterone. I mean, really, I think that is why I kind of doubled that. I'm just more active in that way. The Filipino Peace says the government has free health programs to prevent HIV, and they give free condoms and contraception to everyone, but people refuse they refuse to wear condoms. They really are. It's really interesting in that way. There's not a lot of use of condoms. Less than 2 weeks till I live. My testosterone is really low at the moment. I'm hoping when I get there and get in the gym and we turn around like yours. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yeah, that's right, man. Yes, exactly. You watch it, Jimmy. It's gonna that video should be like maybe even a 1 million view video, because I think it is something that's that is interesting for men. We're going through this right now in the West. There's a lot of talk about how testosterone levels are really reducing as a country, and I'm telling you, man, I've got the proof to prove it, where I've got the stuff, and it really has been. It's been getting here out in this country and being more active, stress-free environment, sleeping well, that has contributed to that. And it's doubled, man. I'll show my results. Obviously, I'll blank out my date of birth and anything other that's super, personal to me, but I'll show people my free testosterone and my other levels. It's through the roof, man. Through the roof. Yeah. Yeah, and that video will do well too. It's hard to get. Is it hard to get Western yard animal? Modern day woman. Yeah, going around since 2015. Yeah, modern way women. Yeah, indigestible. Yeah, it's hard, man. Dating in the West is just, yeah, yuck. I couldn't do it now. No way, man. No way could I go back. I've been riding since 1981. Yeah, good for you, brother. Ride safe, man. Definitely ride safe. Yes, ride like the wind. Got to get the wind in my hair. Hopefully in a new bike today. Hey, go. Yeah, no, appreciate you guys. Yes. Hit them supersets. Yeah, man. Dude, my freaking trainers freaking crush it. We're going to do legs today. Oh, I'm going to be struggling. When I get out to the Philippines, all the girls will fall in love with me, and will run for the rest of you guys. Sorry. Come on, man. They are. There's plenty to go around, though. There's plenty to go around. That's why these guys who are dating other people's exes, I'm like, dude, what's your problem, man? There's 3.5 million girls here in Cebu City. You got to date each other's girls? Oh, sorry, Ray. Let me get back to you, Roy. My bad. I'm 71. Had a test of my testosterone is very high. That's not always about libido. No, I get you, brother. Google says if it's high, it could lead to testicular cancer. Okay. All right. Jimmy, like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. No, I do. Thanks, guys. I appreciate everyone being here. Appreciate everyone participating in the videos, the conversation. I mean, I love it. I love what I'm doing here. It's just awesome, man. I get to freaking talk to you guys about motorcycles and dating and have a great life here in this country. I mean, come on, man. This is a dream come true. It really is. Chris, I'll also add that you have a social life now too that you didn't have before. That can seriously affect your. Yes, no, it's true, Kevin. Absolutely true. Yes, smash it. Dating each other. Yeah, dating each other's girls. What? Well, all right. I've had guys reach out and said, "Hey, do you mind if I date your ex?" and that kind of deal. Or I've had that happen. Or another example. I was hanging out with this. There was that, but I was hanging out with this girl. Just started kind of dating her early on, and then this other guy I was hanging out with, he's like, hey, do you mind if I date her? It didn't work out with you. I'm like, dude, what the hell, man? It's just that kind of crap. You're in a country with millions of girls. We don't need to date each other, dates and girlfriends and that kind of stuff. You find your own girl, right? So yeah, that happened a couple times. Yeah, you quickly find out who your real friends are when that kind of crap happens, right? Yeah, Google is not. Yeah, right. Absolutely. Ejaculation decreases your testosterone. That's what my boxers. That's okay. That's why your boxer shorts are red. That's why most boxers and many top athletes abstain. Oh, that would suck, man. I'm glad I'm not a boxer or a top athlete. Well, we're gonna end it on that note right there, guys. I appreciate everyone being here. I appreciate the conversation. We'll see you guys on the next one. Ampin, ayo ayo.